Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another exciting geekiness-packed edition of Saturday Night InSaNiTy. And I thought I had the camera and everything fixed. Apparently, that's the one thing I forgot. I'm going to fix it now. I'm fixing my camera.
Hello.
I know it's frozen. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it.
Did you know your camera's frozen?
Did you know that your camera's frozen?
Frozen? That's right. Smoke some more.
I was frozen today.
Yes, garbage is greatly missed. We don't know what's up with him.
No idea. I usually find out about 5 minutes before we go live if he's going to be here or not. So, yeah.
But
Hopefully
he hasn't
he
told us
will.
for 2 weeks. I haven't seen him in like a week at least.
If he isn't, then, well, we wish him well wherever he is and hope he will
I hope
rejoin
he's
us soon. I also hope he's okay.
I'm sure he's just had a lot of work.
I'm pretty sure he's around. I'm sure I saw him pop by my stream the other day and just say hey.
Oh yes, he was in your stream the other day. I take
Yeah.
it back. You're right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. I don't remember what I was
Was
doing,
there?
but, or he came by. Laughed at some things. And went on his way.
Mr. Garage Gamber is a very hard worker. So.
Garage Gamber. That's right.
Garage Gamera.
Gamera.
Finding it on the Discord.
I am very tired because I've actually been filming videos this week and just did part one of my weekly gaming marathon. So, hello. How's it going? Probably gonna
Well,
But how's the rest of your week been?
I'm probably gonna run away and get some food at some point.
My country is full of cowards. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Well, let's not get into it. The rest of my week was, overall pretty good, somewhat productive, sometimes unproductive. It's been up and down, but
I had an okay week.
just keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Got a lot of news this week from the looks of it. Lots of stuff.
I get that kitten like, hang on.
Oh God, I need that poster in my life. Hang in there. Poster with the cat hanging off the branch. It's like iconic.
Hang in there.
Yep. It's kind of like poster. I used to have a workplace with that fucking poster in it.
Mm-hmm. You used to have a what?
A workplace. I used to work at a workplace that had that poster hanging up in it.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a pretty famous one.
Or variant of it.
Yeah, I'm sure it was
New emotes.
imitated many times. Yes, Stoud made some new emotes of his goofy
Me too.
face.
I did also. I made new emotes. I got an LOL, an LUL, and a POG emote.
There you go.
I knew.
I've seen
That's
you
just my
using
favorite
those
artist.
when you stop by my streams.
I've been using them a lot because I like them. My artist friend made them, and I adore her art. So
They're very nice, yeah.
I paid money for those, and so yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna use the fuck out of them. I put them on the Discord already. I replaced my ugly dead face,
Oh, yeah. Of course.
and so
Cool.
If you scroll over the one where I'm holding a paper, you can read what the paper says.
Well, I'm not fucking subscribed to you, Stoudman. Are you subscribed to me?
I'm not subscribed to
I don't
Stoudman
remember.
either. I can still read it. You just can't use it if you're not subscribed. You can still see them.
Why Oons is a what?
Why Un Sucks, a treatise.
Oh, why Oons suck? Got it. I
Yeah.
can see that. I was like, why
So
Oons?
he's holding up
why
his-
Oons is a what?
He's holding
Traitor?
up his in-depth analysis essay thing of why Un sucks.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
Yep. Yeah, so what's new with everybody this week? What's going on? What's shaking? Anything exciting?
Just trying to
I
avoid
wrote about
lack of
mattresses.
aloneness.
Okay, one at a time. So what was that, Skinslip?
Just trying to avoid the crushing darkness of my aloneness.
Oh, yes. Damn.
Other than that, I'm alright.
Can relate.
Been- I have wonderful people in
Sorry,
my
I
life.
hit a white spot.
I'm very thankful for that.
Especially
I had a Valentine's celebration with some friends today, so that was nice.
Yeah. Valentine's Day is obviously a rough time for us lonely people.
Singles. The singles.
The tail end of the seasonal depression. This is kind of the end of it. So I will be very glad when it is 2
I
days from now.
recognize.
Wow,
I
Stout, how bad are
I'm
you
very
lagging?
lucky that I very badly, very badly.
Apparently, it's like stick-am lag.
Yeah. But I recognize that I'm very lucky and fortunate that I don't actually feel lonely and depressed during the Valentine's season.
I see.
Very often.
The only part of it I look forward to is cheap chocolates the following day. So
I'm actually most of my life I'm pretty happy with my life for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm lonely because I need companionship. But like,
yes.
I have amazing friends who love me and remind me that I'm worthy of love every fucking day, and so
there you go.
Like it's like I'm in a good place. I'm at a place where I'm ready to find someone when that happens eventually.
Very good.
But then I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. That's it. Keep plugging away.
Sounds good. So yeah, so that's it. So I'm looking forward to this week kind of marching along. And can keep on keeping on.
Yep.
I'm also very tired. Did I mention I'm very tired? Because I've been hard at work for making content for all you people who keep whining at me to make more non-Fortnite content. So there's some non-Fortnite content coming your way. Enjoy. So, I mean, the whole point of the Fortnite content anyway, and any gaming content or what have you, was to be in addition to, not instead of. It's supposed to be, my YouTube channel is like a TV channel. There's a variety of content on there. I just hadn't got around to making the other stuff because I just didn't feel like it. So, that's the way it goes.
Well, Manic Prime, how about if the week mulch is on? If someone played mulch, Sean would be in a better mood right now because his bills would be closer to being paid.
Well, actually, yes and no. Next month's bills would be closer to being paid. I still got to worry about this month's bills, so yeah. So.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point. But, don't let that discourage you from
It all helps. It all helps in some way.
Any donation goes toward tomorrow's,
It does, actually, yeah, because we got a couple hours in the queue for tomorrow, the continuation of the weekly Mega Marathon Madness. So any donations that come in during SNI will also go towards that. So it all counts. So, yeah.
What are you playing tomorrow? More Fortnite?
Probably
Dark Souls?
Probably Dark Souls. I don't know. If we get enough extra hours, we might do a little more Fortnite as well. We had kind of a crushing day today. First time.
They played for like 8 hours and lost every game.
Well, can I tell my own story?
No. Never.
Yeah. We played for 8 hours and lost every game. I was going to say, I can't remember that ever happening before. We've had some rough rounds before where we've won like one, but I don't think we've ever had any where we've won none. Like just none. It was just brutal today. I don't know what changed today. If it was just, I know there's some kind of dinky tournament thing, so maybe that's why the Sweaties were just out practicing, but I don't know. We were just really off our game today for some reason. And, that happens sometimes. That happens. You're only human, right? But God,
it's because you suck.
Not a single fucking win. Like, it was just unbelievable. Just soul-crushing. But,
brutal.
Yeah.
I hate days like that.
Yeah.
That's how it goes with competitive games, though,
Well, it does. I mean, you win some, you lose some. I mean, we win a fair amount, to be fair. I mean, we do hold our own pretty well, but sometimes It's just like one match after another, just getting outclassed by far better players. And, well, what can you do? Get good, noob, right?
Yeah, right.
All you can do is get good. Yeah, but there's the problem: is like I'm very much a casual player, and this goes for any games that I play. I don't live and breathe and sleep and dream about any one single game. Like I just don't do that. I like a variety of games, so I play a variety. So,
I mean, it is the spice of life, after all.
It is. It is indeed.
My ADHD brain firmly believes in that, and so like I don't even listen to the. I don't listen to like a whole album. I just listen to a collection of random fucking songs.
Yeah.
You know, like jumping from genre to genre. My dumb ass can't just decide one genre.
Well, that's fine. That's just called having eclectic taste. You know, you like a
My
variety.
point is I'm the same way, but in different arenas.
So, but yeah, I'm the same way with music as well. I mean, it's very much based on mood and what appeals to me in that moment. So yeah, good stuff.
I got eclectic viewing tastes. I got eclectic.
Oh yeah.
Like listening tastes. But that's about it. Everything else I'm really actually picky about.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. Well, I guess we should probably get into the news. Just jump right in. We got quite a stack of stuff here, so probably best if we do jump right in. We got quite a lot to cover. Oh yeah, and Raptor reminds us we forgot something last week. I should have known this because I've been going through the live stream archives, posting them every Thursday, by the way, which are the old episodes of InSaNiTy that have literally not been seen since they aired. Live stream would only keep them up for a couple of weeks and then delete them, so they literally have not been seen since within a couple weeks of their original airings. And for most people here, they're probably completely new to you as well. So enjoy. I hope you're enjoying those. So so I finally finished posting the rest of the live stream archives. So the gap is complete. So once those finish posting, one a week from now until June, I think, you'll have the complete chronology of Saturday Night InSaNiTy in all its iterations over the years from start till now. So pretty cool, all in one handy-dandy chronological playlist.
Chubby bearded fuck to this beautiful thing.
The whole, the epic saga of Skinslip becoming her true self.
I come from an asshole to a bitch. It's great.
That's right. All right, so Raptor Rivero just wanted to mention, before we get to the news, we have an anniversary to celebrate this week. The specific date being February 8th, 2021. Bless you. This week marked 8 years since the very first edition of Saturday Night InSaNiTy. Says we'd like to thank every person who contributed to the show, from host to co-host and to special guests to that workhorse who writes the news, and Ryan Chataway. Finally, thank you, the fans. The camera doesn't get switched on. The lights don't stay on without you. So yeah, our very first edition was February 8th, 2013.
Keep in mind, we had been doing InSaNiTy as like a more hangouty thing well before that.
Well, yeah,
but
that show. Yes, but that doesn't count. It got an official name.
It counts in my heart, damn it.
Yeah, it got an official name and became an official show on that date, where we actually made the conscious effort to make it a show, like a podcast style show.
Why did we do that? Who fucking came up with that idea? Anybody
I don't
remember?
know. It's probably me, because because we had a lot of people watching our streams and whatnot, and I thought it would just kind of made sense to have it a little more organized and a little more regular. So we just started doing it on a regular weekly basis, and that was it.
Before it was just like every random night you just show up and stick game and we'd all just hang out.
Well, it would just be a hangout. I mean, we would just hang out and shoot the shit and whatever, and then we started doing it, adding a little bit more structure to it and such. I mean, it took a long time to get to the form that it's in now, where now it actually does feel more like a proper show. because we actually have something of a format that we follow and different segments we do on a regular basis and stuff. And but back then it was more just kind of a loose hangout chat until we just didn't feel like chatting anymore, which is why a lot of them ran for like 6-7 hours. But
8 hours sometimes. Like, good lord!
If it was a drinking night where we're all getting loaded, then it would just go on forever. But
all the way till fucking dawn, till there's just like 3 people in a hangout, and like 5 people in the chat. No one's here anymore.
But yeah. But it's been ever changing, ever evolving over the course of that time. We've tried several different streaming services over the years. We started on Stickam. We tried Ustream like once, and it was garbage. We switched to Livestream.
I hated it.
We stuck to Livestream for a while until very stupid, annoying technical problems kept cropping up, and we just got sick of it. Then we switched.
It was crashing like 6 times a show.
Then we switched over to Google Hangouts fully and entirely. Whereas with Livestream, we would just have I'd be off to the side, kind of like how I am here, and then everybody else would be in the window over there in a Google Hangout. And the nice thing about Google Hangouts is it would automatically put full screen whoever was talking at the time, so it would kind of automatically switch between everybody, which I kind of like. But
we're talking about changing services again for that feature.
Yes, so we are talking about possibly giving Zoom a try. So we're going to give that a shot and see how it works. So, yeah, so we did live stream for a while, then we switched over to Google Hangouts, and then we moved it over to Twitch when Google Hangouts got discontinued. And even on Twitch, we've used a couple things for the group chat over there of the gang. Like we've used Discord with their video, and then we switched to Cast just because it gave a nicer, quality and such, and just seemed to be a little more stable. Yeah, so there's also, looking at some of the old ones, I kind of miss some of the features that Google Hangouts gave us, such as being able to bring people up full screen easier, and also being able to have more people participate. So,
if I'm not mistaken, there's actually a way to either bring up your capture device, or to as a source, or to bring a YouTube video in, so you could do like, oh, here's our favorite moment from SNI. Boom. We can do like that kind of thing. You can bring up the video. I believe I've seen some people doing live streaming using it and doing features like that, but I don't know if there's like a paid plugin or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
I have not researched it.
I haven't really looked into it very much either. So we're gonna do a few experiments just kind of offline, and see how well Zoom will work for us. Get familiar with the features, and if it works well, take the money, or pool together the money, and basically pay. Well, basically I'll be paying for it. And
the audience pay for it. Wow.
Well,
wait, what?
Essentially, the audience will pay for it, but. Yeah, and we'll see how it works, and if it works well, then I'll foot the bill for it, and we'll get that going.
Yeah, come on, chat smokes, let's go.
Smokes, let's go. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm aware of that, Major Motoko. I know about that. It's actually 40 minutes. You get 40 minutes in the free version. Anything beyond that, you got to pay. I forget how long the paid version is. It's like 30 hours or something. It's ridiculously long. Far longer than we'll ever need. So, yeah. So anyway, that was this past week. Big anniversary, and so we'll maybe be making a few changes yet again to the ever-evolving beast that is SNI. All right, so this week we got some new trailers. We got the second trailer for the Disney Plus original series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, premiering March 19th. The trailer featured the budding rivalry between Sam and Bucky, Baron Zemo's mask, and the return of Agent 13. We got a teaser trailer for the next M. Night Shyamalan film, Old, based on the graphic novel Sandcastle. A family on a tropical holiday discover that the secluded beach where they are staying is somehow causing them to age rapidly, reducing their entire lives into a single day. Sounds terrifying.
What's a twist?
The title announcement trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which I'm guessing is being called Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Premiering April 8th, 2022. Why would they have a title announcement trailer for it? Like, was that necessary? Like, we knew that's what it was. Anyway.
It's very necessary.
Official trailer for the horror western Death Rider in the House of Vampires. Well, I want to see that. The film follows the Death Rider, who travels to the desert vampire sanctuary ruled by Count Holiday. The price of admission, one untouched virgin. Starring Devon Sawa, Danny Trejo, Julian Sands, Kim Director. Oh, she was the goth girl in Book of Shadows too. She's awesome. Eli Roth, and directed by Glenn Danzig, the founder of the band Misfits. Well, shit, I want to see that. I'm all over that. That sounds awesome. Manic says it was a release date announcement. Gotcha. That makes a little more sense for Sonic. Okay, that makes more sense. Official trailer for the Shudder film Violation, premiering March 25th. A troubled woman on the edge of divorce returns home to her younger sister after years apart. But when her sister and brother-in-law betray her trust...
Did you hear that?
Oh, God.
Thank you, JL. So, saved up for mulch, now we're back to the cheaper ones. Got it. Okay. When her sister and brother-in-law betray her trust, she embarks on a vicious crusade of revenge. We also got the official teaser trailer for the HBO original docuseries Alan vs. Pharaoh, premiering February 21st. A look behind the years of sensational headlines to reveal the private story of the accusation of sexual abuse against Woody Allen involving his 7-year-old daughter with Mia Farrow. Wow, that sounds terrifying.
Yes.
And, yes disturbing.
I would be interested in seeing that just because, like, there's so much that we don't know. So I'm
true,
like, okay.
Yeah.
We should know more.
Official trailer for the second season of the HBO Max adult animated series Close Enough, premiering February 25th. Hey, that's my birthday. This series was created by J.G. Quintel, who also created the Emmy Award-winning regular show for Cartoon Network. Nice. Official trailer for the horror mystery The Vigil. A man providing overnight watch to a deceased member of his former Orthodox Jewish community finds himself opposite a malevolent entity. Love a good ghost story. Official trailer for the horror film The Devil Below. There is an abandoned place nestled deep in Appalachian country where underground coal mines have been ablaze for decades. When a team of researchers try to find out how the fires started, they soon discover something more startling than the mystery that sent them there. They're not alone. Directed by Bradley Parker, who previously worked as a second unit director of Matt Reeves' War for the Planet of the Apes, The Batman, and as a director on 2012's Chernobyl Diaries. I actually really liked the Chernobyl Diaries. I thought the ending was a little weak, but the majority of it was quite fun, I thought. And that's it for the trailers. The live-action series, movie TV news, the live-action series adaptation of The Last of Us has finally found its leads. Pedro Pascal, star of The Mandalorian, will play Joel, while Bella Ramsey, who portrayed Lyanna Mormont in Game of Thrones, will play Ellie. Very interesting casting, and both fantastic actors, so I'm actually really looking forward to see what they do with those characters.
Yep.
As previously reported, Chernobyl series showrunner Craig Mazin and original game developer Neil Druckmann will co-write and executive produce the game. Excellent.
Excellent news.
Yeah, actually really looking forward
to
that.
What a great pair of actors right there. Damn.
Oh, I know. They're so good, yeah. Filmmaker and showrunner Kevin Smith revealed this week that composer Bear McCreary will score the music for his upcoming sequel series, Masters of the Universe Revelations. Fucking A. I love Bear McCreary. He does great scores. He previewed a brand new track titled Transformation when Prince Adam becomes He-Man. McCreary has previously provided the scores for AMC's The Walking Dead, 2018's God of War, and Godzilla King of the Monsters. Also, he did the score for the Angry Video Game Nerd, the movie. So
He did.
yeah, and it's an awesome score in that. I love it.
Did you mention Battlestar Galactica? Because Battlestar Galactica.
Okay, cool.
He did that too. Point,
He also did Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. He did the music for that too. Yeah, great score in that. Director Adam Wingard is set to co-write and direct a sequel to the 1997 film Face Off. The trades were mistakenly announcing this as a remake at first. Well, this will be a follow-up to the original. The leads, however, are still expected to be recast in Wingard's movie. Wingard has previously directed the likes of 2011's You're Next. Oh, I love You're Next. Such a great film. So much fun.
I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it too. I remember really enjoying it, though. 2014's The Guest and the forthcoming Godzilla vs. Kong.
I want that to come out already. I know it's next month.
Michelle Rodriguez and Justice Smith are set to star alongside Chris Pine in the new film adaptation of Dungeons & Dragons. Will they do it right this time? Smith was previously in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and one of the leads in Detective Pikachu, while Rodriguez, a 20-year acting veteran, has been in the likes of the Fast and the Furious and the Resident Evil franchises. Yeah, no, I'll check that out.
They even brought her character back from the dead, of all things.
They did, yeah. Because she's just that
awesome.
awesome.
They retconned the thing that happened like 3 movies prior.
Yes, because she's just that awesome.
Yeah.
I love Michelle Rodriguez. Adore her.
Me too.
Michael B. Jordan has signed a
Michelle B. Jordan.
Yeah. Michael B. Jordan has signed a television deal with Amazon to produce a limited series detailing the life and times of boxing icon Muhammad Ali. Oh, nice. While Jordan certainly has the ring savvy to play the part of Ali, he is too closely associated with his Creed franchise character Adonis Johnson and has decided to find another actor to play the part. Very good. HBO is in talks with new writers to bring the acclaimed series True Detective back for a 4th season. The speculation is that Sam Levinson, the showrunner of the fellow HBO series Euphoria, will helm the new season.
I just want one person who gets named Adonis to just not be attractive. Just like totally foiling the parents'
just
plan.
Like flip the script on the perception of those named
Because every
Adonis.
time you see someone named Adonis, they're actually really good looking. Like, wow, look at the luck.
Well, and it's also an expression. If someone is described as an Adonis, it means an attractive man, you know?
Yeah, I just want someone who's like, I'm Adonis so-and-so, and they're just like...
just hideous and like...
No, they're like, based on like societal norms and not very attractive or whatever, right?
Right.
Like, that'd be great. Just
unwashed, unkempt,
big gut,
unshaven, big gut, big greasy beard with like
someone I would definitely hug and be friends with, but that's the
speaking of HBO Max have made the announcement that the revival series of Clone High has been greenlit for not 1, but 2 seasons. Additionally, a standalone series centered on Scooby-Doo character Velma Dinkley is also in development. The program, titled Velma, will delve into the origin story of the beloved animated sleuth and member of the Mystery Incorporated gang, and has been given a 10-episode order. Mindy Kaling, who played Kelly on NBC's The Office, will executive produce, in addition to providing the voice for the title character.
My favorite thing on Twitter all week was someone like going, "Oh, Mindy Kaling's doing the fucking Daphne." No, dear God, no! And then her response to that was, "I wrote the episode that GIF is from." I was like complaining that she was gonna write it, and she's like, "I wrote that fucking episode."
Yeah.
And it's like, oh God, that GIF from Assassin's where Banderas hits the button on the computer and sits back. That's what I felt like when I read that. Like, oh, that felt so good.
I wrote that episode. Yeah. So wait, so the No God Please No episode, that was the one that
she wrote that episode, and this guy was trying to use that GIF to express that he didn't like that he was writing it, which is why it's fucking hilarious.
That's beautiful.
Like, oh my God,
that's also
the best own you could ever get.
That is also such an amazing moment in the Office.
I've never seen The Office, actually.
I'm sure you would enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
But the rate of how many people I run into go, Office is my favorite show ever. I'm sure I'll end up dating someone who likes The Office.
There you go.
What happened?
It's good. I was really late to the party myself. I just basically, on a whim, decided to start watching it on Netflix. Next thing I knew, I'd watched the first 5 seasons.
I love that. I love when a
Yeah,
show does that.
it just sucked me right in. It was so good. I love the actors, love the characters. It's great stuff. Industry legends Jamie Lee Curtis and Jack Black have joined the cast of the live-action adaptation of Borderlands. Curtis will portray Dr. Patricia Tanis, an archaeologist on Pandora who may hold the key to unlocking a vault full of valuable alien technology. Black will provide the voice for Claptrap, a persistently sarcastic robot that isn't all that invested in the survival of his teammates. They join Kate Blanchett and Kevin Hart, with Eli Roth set to direct.
I hate when they do this.
What?
Claptrap is an iconic voice, and they're going to recast it.
Uh-huh.
Like, he's a voice actor. Just get him the fucking role. Jack Black can be a fucking character. He doesn't have to be Claptrap. Claptrap is already cast. The guy who did Claptrap already did it. You should get him to keep doing it because he knows what he's fucking doing. But
But this isn't the video game.
I know.
This is an adaptation.
Iconic voice, though.
Adaptation. We lecture other people about this. It'll be fine. And Jack Black is great. He'll be fun. Come on.
He will be.
He'll be great.
I think he's still a cast, but fuck.
Whatever.
I don't know.
I have no attachment to those games whatsoever, so I don't care one way or the other.
Oh, they're great games. You'll love.
I'm sure I will. I have most of them. I just haven't got around to playing them.
Most of them are multiplayer through the whole thing too.
Yes,
so
I know.
That would be cool too.
Yeah. I'll probably just play the single-player campaign and be done. I don't play a lot of multiplayer, honestly. Very little. Fortnite is like the one exception.
Mr. Fortnite.
I don't. Okay, one game. And then Conan Exiles with you guys. But that's it.
Literally
that's
just bringing up the
5 years ago.
5 years ago. Yeah, we should probably get back
3 years ago.
We should get back to that at some point.
They've
added a lot of stuff since we last played. But
yes, they have entirely upgraded and redone skills and
awesome.
Everything.
So basically our old world is dead then, is what you're saying. That's okay. We were going to start over anyway. But Donald Glover and Phoebe Waller-Bridge have signed on to executive produce and star in a series adaptation of Mr. and Mrs. Smith for Amazon. Interesting. This is a reunion of sorts, as they played young Lando Calrissian and droid L373, respectively, in 2018 Solo, a Star Wars story, both of whom were excellent in that movie, by the way. The series will be spearheaded by Francesca Sloan, who has previously written for the FX Fargo series. Cool. I really need to see that series, actually.
I just don't understand why people, well, not why people, I guess, but like why they keep trying to bring back Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right? Like, I don't know. When they tried to do it in the mid-2000s with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, it was just like, wow, this is very dull and unentertaining.
Oh, was it?
Not interested in this.
I never saw it.
Personally, this is my personal opinion, but like the story, the concept behind it just, to me, does not seem interesting. So like,
yeah.
I don't know.
So let's make an entire series around that boring premise.
That's just it to me. Like,
just drag it out.
People are getting work, but
for season after season after season.
Does it have to be that story, though?
I don't know. Okay, following a competitive bidding war, Apple Studios has landed Dolly, a new feature film with Academy Award nominee Florence Pugh attached to star. The film is a sci-fi courtroom drama in which a robotic companion doll kills its owner and then shocks the world by claiming she is not guilty and asking for a lawyer. Oh, so it's kind of like a twist on iRobot.
My favorite thing about iRobot was that it was like a detective story. It was a detective story, but
yeah. Vanessa Taylor and Drew Pearce will pen the script, with Taylor previously co-writing the Best Picture winner, The Shape of Water, with Guillermo del Toro. Very nice.
Nice. I mean, that's a cool premise. And you say sci-fi courtroom drama. Like, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's a little bit of whiplash. That'll
You
be
don't see
interesting.
that too often. There's been a few over the years, but not a lot.
There's been a few, yeah.
But
Yes, it's a very interesting premise that we will never get to see because it's on Apple only.
that's
That's true.
okay.
My favorite premise was the what
It might
was
appear
it?
elsewhere eventually.
Was it Last Exorcism? No, it was the exorcism of something with where it was like the courtroom drama with the exorcism built
Oh,
in the middle of it.
interesting.
The exorcism of something. Fuck, who the fuck was that? What one was it? Someone
Emily
in the chat help
Rose?
me with
I
this.
don't know.
I have no idea.
Emily Rose? Is it Emily Rose? Exorcism Emily
Well,
of
there's
Emily
the
Rose?
Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Oh, I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
That one is another one of those courtroom dramas, but the courtroom drama horror mix is even rarer.
I haven't seen a lot of exorcism movies. Not really a big genre for me. But
Hey, look, everyone confirmed it's Emily Rose.
it is
Jill.
Emily Rose. Okay.
Dale, I have a question for you. Hold on, and you can answer this in your own time if you know. But do you actually, for Apple TV, do you actually need to have like the device in order to actually watch anything on their service?
I would assume there's an app, like Netflix
Is there like
has
a
an
standalone
app.
app? Is there a website I can
You
go
have
to?
to have an Apple product in order to watch their series. Is what I'm
Seriously, there is an
That's what
app.
I'm-
Legally Blind Gamer says there's an app, so you can probably just
Okay.
subscribe to the app. You don't need Apple.
But is the app only available on Apple products? Is
You
what I'm
don't-
saying. Like,
You don't.
do you have to buy an Apple phone? Do you have to use a MacBook? You know, what are
Oh, yeah.
are these?
Watching Apple
No.
TV on my Android device. That somehow like.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would allow that. I don't know.
Yeah, you need an Apple product probably.
No. All right. Anyway, I don't really care one way or the other. I wouldn't get it either way.
It just bumps me out.
Just
Like,
another
that does
streaming
sound really
service.
interesting. Is there
It
any
does.
way that I'd be able to watch that without an Apple product?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a way. But
You can get
anyway.
the app on Xbox apparently. So
Oh,
they-
okay.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Maybe it's on
Alright.
PlayStation.
Anyway, carrying on. A brand new film adaptation of the L. Frank Baum beloved book, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, is in the works. New Line Cinema, the studio behind the project, promises a fresh take on Dorothy and the Land of Oz, but will also borrow elements from the Judy Garland Oz film, such as the prized ruby red slippers. Nicole Cassell, who won an Emmy for directing HBO's Watchmen, is on board to direct.
I'm interested.
Yeah, I mean,
It hasn't been, it's been done a bunch of times, but not well in Wonderland, or it's been done to death.
yeah. Well,
So I'm
yeah.
interested.
Yeah, there's a few. Oscar winner J.K. Simmons and Nina Arianda have been tapped to play William Frawley and Vivian Vance in Amazon and Aaron Sorkin's Being the Ricardos. Oh, yeah. The film about I Love Lucy stars Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. Simmons' character, Frawley, played neighbor Fred Mertz in I Love Lucy. Vance played Fred's wife and Lucy's best friend, Ethel Mertz. Yeah, I really want to see this. This sounds like a really interesting project.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I love movies and shows about the making of movies and shows.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. Sort of get the real story behind the scenes. It's never actually the real story, but it's, it gives you an idea anyway.
Yeah, it's always dramatized.
Of course, yeah. Rick and Morty co-creator Dan Harmon is set to release a new animated series directly to Fox Entertainment. The untitled series is set in mythical ancient Greece. It centers on a flawed family of humans, gods, and monsters that tries to run one of the world's first cities without killing each other. Fox is targeting a 2022 debut for the show. Voice casting is currently underway and will be announced in the coming months. Well, I'm down for pretty much anything Dan Harmon does.
Sounds
So, yeah.
really fucking cool,
Yeah.
actually, concept-wise.
Yeah. I'm down for pretty much anything Dan Harmon does. He's a great writer. Disney Channel's highly anticipated animated series Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur has found its super genius in the form of actress and singer Diamond White, who is set to voice Lunella Lafayette, a.k.a. Moon Girl, in the 2022 series. Voice actor Fred Tatasciore, who has been the voice of the Hulk for over a decade and a half, will voice Devil Dinosaur. And series executive producer Lawrence Fishburne will voice the recurring role of the Beyonder, a curious and mischievous trickster. The show follows the adventures of 13-year-old super genius Lunella Lafayette and her 10-ton T-Rex Devil Dinosaur. After Lunella accidentally brings Devil Dinosaur into present-day New York City via a time vortex, the duo works together to protect the city's Lower East Side from danger. That's a very different take on Devil Dinosaur, but okay.
Well, technically, it's an alternate universe Devil Dinosaur character because the original Devil Dinosaur had already come to the Marvel Universe back in the 80s, and in Warren Ellis's An Agent of 8, he's like a villain. So he's got mastermind villain. So like, there's more Devil Dinosaur in the universe, and that's like kind of like an older alternate one, or maybe taken from before he became a villain.
Because the original took place back in prehistoric man period, and had Moon Boy, who was not a super genius.
No, he was part of a clan called the Moon Clan or whatever, and like he was as smart as the Moon Clan. He was the only one who could speak at all. Yeah, and it was interesting, and he was outcast because of this. It's a great story. It's only like 13 issues.
Nine issues.
9. Yeah,
I used to have all 9 issues, and I remember really enjoying it. I keep meaning to pick up the collection of them. Classic Jack Kirby wrote and drew the whole thing himself.
As a kid, I had 2, 4, and 7.
Okay,
remember that?
Oh, you had darn near 2, 4. So you had a third of the series.
Yeah, I mean, now I have a I bought a Masterwork collection. I don't know, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
where it just has all 9 issues. There's been like 4 or 5 reprints now.
There's a few.
Hardcover and softcover.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to obtain.
I'll pick up one of the softcover editions at some point. But
no, the hardcover I only have it hardcover because I found it for $6.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, well, sure. I don't like hardcover, but for $6,
you're like me. You usually go with the soft covers as well.
Yes,
easier to read, take up a little less space.
The fact that it's only 9 issues makes it much more fine. It's more fine to have it as a hardcover. It's a nice thin book.
That's true. Yeah.
It's more acceptable. That's the word I'm phrasing. Yeah. More fine, more okay.
It's more finer and okayliest.
So, Garbage Gamer got back to me. He's just not feeling well tonight. So everyone wish him good.
All right, take care, Garbage.
Feel better.
Be a slightly shorter show this week, I guess, in lieu of no gaming news. But I'm sure we can find something to babble about.
I'm sure we will.
Actress Zawe Ashton has been cast in Captain Marvel 2 and will go toe-to-toe with Larson's Carol Danvers as the sequel's antagonist. No word yet on which character she will play, however. Ashton is most recognized for Netflix's art satire Velvet Buzzsaw, in which she starred along Jake Gyllenhaal. Filmmaker Will Eubank and Happy Death Day's Christopher Landon are teaming up for the reinvention of supernatural horror franchise Paranormal Activity. Oh, they're reinventing it? They're not just doing more sequels? Okay. Eubank, who last directed the Kristen Stewart thriller Underwater, which is apparently supposed to be really good, actually, is attached to direct, while Landon, a paranormal stalwart who wrote 4 of the previous movies before going on to become a hit horror director in his own right, will pen the script for what is being described as an unexpected retooling of the franchise. This retooling will continue to use the found footage style of filmmaking. Cool. Well, I really like that series. I've enjoyed all of them.
What series? I missed the title.
Paranormal Activity.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Dude, I want more of those. Yeah. I mean, we have so many hints, and there's some connective tissue, but we need some more meat.
Yeah.
And there's so many questions that actually haven't been answered.
Mm-hmm. Well, so it says it's a reinvention or retooling, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, hopefully they'll do like the Saw where they just kind of retcon a few things.
They might retcon something. Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping, because I like the franchise as it stands. I like the story that's presented.
That's what I was just saying. Like, I'd like to have just more, like, just continue the story further beyond what we've had so far. Just keep it going.
Can we get a U.S. release of Tokyo Nights, please?
Yeah, no kidding, eh? The CW announced a number of renewals, pilot orders, and one series that will not be moving forward. The core of the DC series slate has been renewed for an additional season. The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Batwoman, as well as fan favorite Riverdale. Oh, Riverdale's still going. I didn't know that was still going. I really got to watch more of that. I really enjoyed the first season. The live-action adaptation of the Powerpuff Girls has been given a pilot order, as well as the series Naomi, which will be ran by filmmaker Ava DuVernay. The previously announced Wonder Girls series, however, will not be moving forward at the CW. Oh, yeah, I heard about this. Sadly, Blue Sky Studios will be shutting down due to the merger between 20th Century Fox and Disney. Disney will be working with the employees at the Greenwich, Connecticut-based studio to explore open positions at the other internal studios. The animation house was responsible for the likes of 2005's Robots, the Ice Age and Rio franchises, and 2015's The Peanuts movie.
Now ask yourself, this is actually necessary? It isn't. They can just have them, like, make us a new movie. Here you go.
Well, it'd be like Pixar.
And they make fucking money hand over fist with their movies. So, like, they know what they're doing. They got a thing.
Yeah,
I
think the thing is, though, it's kind of redundant because Disney is already an animation studio, and they already have a big CG animation studio incorporated into them in the form of Pixar.
Right,
so to have another one
lose their job needlessly, though, makes no sense.
Well, or they get absorbed into the one or the other two. I mean, it's
percentage.
I think it's. I'm not surprised at all.
And there is reasons.
I'm not surprised by this at all.
There is reasons.
Because it's redundant.
I understand your argument, but you're wrong.
Okay.
What? Who is?
Sean. Because here's the thing. After Pixar came out, well after, like 10 years after, Disney started their own CG animation studio, Disney Animation Studios. They did their own CG animation studios. Apart from Pixar. They're not the same.
I have several of them on my
both
shelf.
Owned by Disney. So
but
if they can have two different studios that do CG animation, why not three?
Because they don't see any point to having three.
I mean, that is probably why. But I'm just saying, like,
I think it's just I think it. All I'm saying is I think, like, from the big faceless Disney corporation side, I think they just see it as being redundant because they already have two animation studios. You know, I perhaps misrepresented by saying and a CG one, but no, yes, they are both CG. But I mean, the Disney side still does some 2D stuff as well, but mostly CG
wish they did
nowadays.
more.
This is okay. My problem is like, this is the problem with like the system. Like you allow these kind of mergers in like. Yeah. What really happens is more than 40%, more than 50% of the fucking workforce is cut.
Yeah.
They're gonna get, some of them are gonna get put over, and you know what happens? There's 50% of people who just don't have a job now.
Yeah.
And it's just so ridiculous that they let the market shrink like that. Like, fuck, it's like no.
Well, and it's fast.
It should have never been. They were like they should have looked at the assets and seen that fucking Disney's way too big. There's no reason for them. All the shit's redundant. So why would they buy this out? This should instead go either piecemeal to other people or be sold whole stock to other people. Like, it should have never been allowed to go to Disney at all.
Well, it was part of Fox.
As much as I wanted it for accessibility, but they fucked that by making it Hulu only. Like, fuck you and your bullshit.
That's the problem, though. I mean, if it was part of Fox, then it was part of the deal. The only thing Disney didn't take was Fox News. Because nobody fucking wants Fox News. but they took everything else. Everything else. So
it's fucking tainted, man.
And it's I know the problem is, the way I see it is, like, I'm getting concerned by just how much stuff Disney has been buying over the past decade or so. How many studios, how many massive franchises and companies that produce multiple franchises.
Like, I remember 8 years ago we were complaining about Lionsgate doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Locking up
and
whole catalog.
And the problem is it's slowly becoming like a monopoly, where it's like we're going to have fewer and fewer studios competing for your business, driving prices down for, streaming services and physical media. Because you have, I mean, the thing that bugs me about it is that it's fucking Disney, who's always charged an arm and a leg for everything. They always charge everything at a premium, rarely goes on sale, and if it does, it's not by much.
And my thing about them is, like, they're gonna make $1 billion at the end of this year. At this end. Like
Yeah.
they're shutting that down is completely pointless. They could literally just make those jobs exist, keep the market larger, have more movies going out.
Yeah.
You know, like, but it
But
just
they
doesn't
don't
make
want
any
to.
damn sense.
They don't want to. They
No,
got enough.
They don't. Because it
You
wasn't. It was never about the people. It was always about the fucking content.
Of course. And the money.
It was always about owning the IPs. That's
Owning
it.
the
That's
IPs.
all they cared about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now they own all those franchises, so maybe we'll see Disney branded sequels to
They
Blue
didn't
Sky
have Studio
franchises.
Ghibli. They had a light distribution deal to Ghibli.
Yeah,
It's
they
literally
did not have Studio Ghibli. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank fuck. Jesus
Yeah,
fucking
it
Christ.
was
You know how
strictly-
heartbreaking it would be if our movies were locked away forever?
Strictly a distribution deal, which was very limited. They put out all the movies they had the rights to, and then Shout Factory got them after, and they've been putting them out under the G Kids label.
G Kids have
Yeah.
the rights technically, but yeah,
Yeah.
they work with Shout Factory.
Well, yeah, Shout Factory distributes them.
Those Blu-rays are beautiful, by the way. Just
Yeah, they are, and they're also cheaper than the Disney ones were.
$15 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
USD on
They're
average.
superior editions and cost less.
Yeah.
So
Like I know
How
my neighbor,
superior are we talking?
the bath scene is cut out. There's a few other scenes like that. Whenever there's like underwear, kids in their underwear, which is
Yeah.
a completely innocent thing. Like there's in one movie, like kid just takes off her dress, puts on like a nightgown,
yeah,
and like they cut that scene out.
what
Like,
the
what?
I
Disney,
didn't know
the
that.
Disney
Fucking
one did?
Goddamn.
That Disney scene.
Oh.
They censored a lot of those releases.
It's
Is why they were
ridiculous.
so shat on by fans. Plus the transfers weren't great.
Yeah,
Holy
some of
shit.
them, like a lot, some of them have new transfers on the G Kids versions, and apparently they're the uncensored versions. So yeah, I guess I'll
Yeah.
just have to reacquire all of them through.
Yeah,
G Kids.
exactly. Great. Now I have to repurchase
I have-
the things I already have on my fucking shelf.
I have the two that have decent transfers and are uncut. So I'm
Yeah.
the only two that I have
Yeah,
are Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke. They're the only ones that aren't cut. And they're the only ones that don't have crap editions.
I don't know.
Or
I thought
something
the
wrong with
other
them.
ones I saw were okay, but
Oh yeah,
it seemed to
and
be
right,
mostly-
the G-Kids subtitles are much more accurate, and yeah,
Oh, the
that's cool.
subtitles. Yeah. All right, cool.
accuracy in subtitles is very important.
So,
with these things.
speaking of which, in home video news, Scream Factory revealed they will be releasing a 2-disc collector's edition of the 1976 remake of King Kong. I definitely want to get this. I've not seen that version since I was a kid. The set will include
I've never seen that.
the set will include both the theatrical and extended TV cuts. The release has a street date of May 11th in North America. Excellent. Well, I'll definitely be grabbing that one.
Oh, and Criterion announced they're releasing Fast Times at Ridgemont High on Blu-ray.
Criterion. That's interesting.
Yeah, right.
I think I just have
I
a
love-
DVD of that. That's a great movie.
Oh, dude, they're doing Flowers of Shanghai. Oh, buy that one.
In streaming news, the following were released on their respective streaming services this week. What?
Well, keep on. I'll go. I'm holding it when you're done.
It makes me nervous when you do that. It stresses me out.
Well, I'm
Like, I
just
feel like I
forget
have
about
to
anything.
rush so you don't forget your thought.
No, my thoughts sitting on screen, so
Okay.
you're good.
In streaming news... Stop it, Stout. I will leap through the screen and bite your finger off and spit it in your face.
I will film it all.
In streaming news, the following were released on their respective streaming services this week. Judas and the Black Messiah, the story about a betrayal within the ranks of the Black Panthers, hit HBO Max and will stream for a 30-day period. Crime Scene, The Vanishing... Oh, I really want to see this one. Crime Scene, The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel, the documentary
Yes.
on the 2013 disappearance of Elisa Lam, hit Netflix. I am definitely watching that this week. Joe Bob Put a Spell on You, the double feature Valentine's Day special, hit Shudder. It was announced that 2 classic animated shows. I posted a little bit about this on the Discord this week. It was announced that 2 classic animated shows, The Real Ghostbusters and Extreme Ghostbusters, would be uploaded to YouTube with an episode every week. Extreme Ghostbusters will drop every Wednesday, while Real Ghostbusters will drop every Saturday. So finally, Extreme Ghostbusters getting at least a little bit of attention, which is nice. I'll probably be checking those out. After receiving years of back pay from Comedy Central... Oh, this was great news, too. After receiving years of back pay from Comedy Central, Dave Chappelle announced that his Gem Chappelle Show would return to
Unbelievable.
Netflix this
Guy
week.
says
Really?
he's a Star Wars fan, but he doesn't even have the Ewok movies. Those are the best ones.
That
How can you
wasn't
call
the
yourself
right
a
time
real
for...
Star Wars
No,
fan
I'm like-
if you don't have the original Ewok movies?
Okay, let me repeat that. Dave Chappelle, who was completely screwed the fuck over by Comedy Central with royalties or the lack thereof, finally reached a settlement with them, and they gave him his fucking money. So the Chappelle Show is back on Netflix this week. And that is not just about Dave Chappelle getting his money. That is a huge triumph for actors and performers in general. The fact that he managed to just tell the truth, put the word out there about how a lot of people are screwed when they're starting out by these big companies and sign contracts that they don't fully understand, and then they're beholden.
People of color.
Yeah, and then they're beholden to these companies for the rest of their lives. And he basically went out publicly and called them out on that shit. And they reached the settlement finally. So I hope that other actors who were similarly screwed in their early days can have similar justice, essentially.
Okay, so one thing I want to insert here because I want to get it off my screen.
Yeah.
The producer of the Event Horizon Blu-ray
Yes.
announced a list of special features coming from Screen Factory.
Oh, finally.
And I asked him about the director's cut, and no, the footage is apparently unrecoverable.
Yeah.
So we'll never see a director's cut.
Everybody's been asking about that. Yeah.
Officially from people who looked at the fucking footage, it's not recoverable, and that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. Really
And you know for a fact Paramount did that shit because they wanted to never admit that they did wrong.
Yeah.
Because dude, I read about the history of this. Do you know they did a screening and people fainted, and that's why they cut it? They cut it because people fainted in theater. Are you kidding me? That's advertisement. People are fainting in the theater. Are you fucking kidding me?
We were just we were just talking about Paranormal Activity. Remember what the marketing campaign for the first Paranormal Activity was? Was people screaming and freaking out in the theater watching the movie.
Yeah.
So.
But they cut the movie by 35 minutes, excuse me, and mostly of gore and extraneous. Like there's
it's
a
not
couple
all
side
gore,
plots
but
left.
yeah.
There's there's a bunch of side plots and some more stuff like that. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's more in like the recovered footage of the previous crew and the horrible things they did to each other. And
it's just, they improperly stored it in a translating Stoudman. You know they did that shit on purpose.
Yeah, because that's where you store film.
Translating castle, excuse me, not Stoudman. Castle.
It's ridiculous.
Probably the coolest place ever to store film elements.
Yeah,
of a horror movie.
It's unfortunate. Well, yeah, for sure, but but not the most environmentally sound place.
No.
Well, that's unfortunate. Well, that's definitely a piece of news we've been wondering about. If there was any way, even if it was just like from a fucking screener VHS tape.
There's no work print VHS apparently that anyone knows of. So I mean, someday someone might find that VHS in a thrift store or something. But like until then,
that's unfortunate.
You know. Yeah, it's a heartbreaker.
Well, I still want to get that because I love that film, and I'm sure it'll have lots of new extras and interviews and stuff that I'd love to have. So, definitely still a must-buy. Plus, there's like minor transfer issues with the old Blu-ray, just the aspect ratio is a little bit.
Oh, they did a lot of work apparently on the transfer.
Yeah,
they had a whole new 4K remaster, so it's like
nice. So it'd be beautiful.
Apparently, it's night and day, and then there's like 6 new special features. It's like It's like over an hour's content. I'm like, okay, I'm sold.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
So, I mean, I've had the previous one for a good 10 years. It's
same.
It's fine at this point.
Yeah, and I've watched it, and it's it's
2 times now.
fine.
Yeah.
But I just I showed it to Rosie. I showed it to Rosie this past Halloween.
That King Kong 77, 76 King Kong. That's day one buy for me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I have to find the money for that.
Very young Jeff Bridges is in that one.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
And there's a story of Tom Baker, Rick Baker, who did the suit work for that movie.
Yes.
Who was in the suit, and they notoriously left him in the suit when they went to lunch.
I heard about that. Yeah. Just left him.
Happened more than once apparently, which is crap. And there's a bunch of other horror stories too.
Yeah.
From working on that set.
Cool. So. Well, I look forward to hearing.
I hope we hear about them in the interviews and stuff. So.
In book news, in the works for a while now, Elvira has announced that her official memoir is finally set for release. And it's headed our way just in time for the fall, titled Yours Cruelly, Elvira, Memoirs of the Mistress of the Dark. The woman behind the icon, known as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, the undisputed queen of Halloween, reveals her full story filled with intimate bombshells told by the bombshell herself. The book hits store shelves on September 21st. Oh, I definitely want that. Video game news. What's on the screen this week, Eric? Please tell me it's more bully Italian plumber beating on defenseless Turtle King.
Truth.
It was Super Mario last week.
I mean, he's not defenseless.
Uh-huh.
He's got a spiky shell and he breathes fire. I mean,
Whatever.
come on.
And finally, in memoriam, we lost a lot of people this week, as we have most weeks since the frickin' pandemic started. Here we go. We lost Rod Rodecker, educator and artist with an over 6.5-decade-long career between 1955 and 2021. Rodecker is best remembered as the creator of Dragon Tales, a PBS and Canadian Broadcasting Corporation series about children who visit a world populated by friendly dragons. The program ran for 3 seasons with 78 episodes. Ron made it to the ripe old age of 90. We lost Leon Spinks, professional boxing legend who competed from 1977 to 1995. In only his 8th professional fight, he won the undisputed heavyweight champion in 1978 after defeating Muhammad Ali in a split decision in what is considered one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. Spinks was later stripped of the WBC title for facing Ali in an unapproved rematch, yes, 7 months later, which he lost by a unanimous decision.
Damn.
We lost B.J. Wexler, best known as the host of the OETA Movie Club for 30 years in Oklahoma City between 1988 and 2018. The Saturday night program quickly became a staple of OETA, with Wexler introducing classic films, offering behind-the-scenes trivia about the movies shown, and sharing celebrity photos and other memorabilia from Oklahomans. Wexler made it to the ripe old age of 83. We also lost Jean-Claude Carrière, French novelist, screenwriter, and actor with a 64-year career between 1957 and 2021. He received an Academy Award for Best Short Film for co-writing Heureux Anniversaire in 1963 and was later conferred an honorary Oscar in 2014. He was nominated for the Academy Award 3 other times for his work in 1972's The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie, 1977's That Obscure Object of Desire, and 1988's The Unbearable Lightness of Being.
All classics you should check out.
Yes.
By the way.
He also won a Caesar Award for Best Original Screenplay in 1983's The Return of Martin Guerre. Jean-Claude made it to the ripe old age of 89. Apologize for horribly mispronouncing most of those French titles.
Bourgeoisie.
We also lost excuse me. We also lost Pedro Gomez, sports journalist for over 3.5 decades between 1985 and 2021. He worked as a reporter for ESPN from 2003 to 2021, contributing to the network's Sports Center show. He was primarily a baseball reporter and was also a member of the Baseball Writers Association of America, who cast election votes for the Baseball Hall of Fame. He covered 25 World Series and 22 Major League Baseball All-Star games.
Wow.
We also lost Roy Christopher, famed and multiple Emmy-winning production designer with a career spanning over 5 decades. Christopher worked on 16 Oscar telecasts, a record for a production designer. He worked on multiple Tony Award shows as well as high-profile television shows like Wings, Murphy Brown, and Frasier. Throughout his career, he received 37 Emmy nominations and won 10. In 2017, the Television Academy inducted Christopher into their Hall of Fame. Roy made it to the ripe old age of 85. We also lost Mary Wilson, singer with an over 60-year career between 1959 and 2021. She gained worldwide recognition as a founding member of the Supremes, the most successful Motown act of the 1960s and the best-charting female group in U.S. chart history, as well as one of the best-selling girl groups of all time. The trio reached #1 on the Billboard's Hot 100 with 12 of their singles, 10 of which feature Wilson on backing vocals. Wilson was inducted, along with Diana Ross and Florence Ballard, as members of the Supremes, into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988. Oh, my dad was a big fan of this one. We lost Chick Corea this week. Jazz composer, keyboardist, bandleader, and occasional percussionist with a near 6-decade-long career between 1962 and 2021. His compositions Spain, 500 Miles High, La Fiesta, Armando's Rumba, and Windows are widely considered jazz standards. As a member of Miles Davis's band in the late 1960s, he participated in the birth of jazz fusion. In the 1970s, he formed Return to Forever. Along with Herbie Hancock, McCoy Tyner, Keith Jarrett, and Bill Evans, he is considered one of the most influential jazz pianists of the post-John Coltrane era. He won 23 Grammy Awards and was nominated over 60 times. Wow.
Damn.
We also lost Lynn Stallmaster, casting director with a 56-year-long career between 1950 and 2006. He was credited with casting more than 60 movies of the decade, among them Fiddler on the Roof, Harold and Maude, The Cowboys, Deliverance, Rollerball, Silver Streak, Black Sunday, Richard Donner's Superman, and others. Stallmaster was responsible for casting TV shows like Gunsmoke, The Untouchables, and My Favorite Martian. He was noted as the first casting director to be conferred an Academy Award, having received an honorary Oscar in 2016. Lynn made it to the ripe old age of 93. We also lost Robert C. Jones, film editor, screenwriter, and educator. He received an Academy Award for the screenplay of the film 1978's Coming Home. As an editor, Jones has had notable collaborations with the directors Arthur Hiller, 7 films from 1967 to 1992, and Hal Ashby, 4 films from 1973 to 1982. Jones was nominated 3 times for the Academy Award for Best Film Editing. 1963's It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, 1967's Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and 1976's Bound for Glory. Robert made it to the ripe old age of 84. And finally, we also lost Rupert Neve, British electronics engineer and entrepreneur who is particularly known as a pioneering designer of professional audio recording equipment. Neve is known for his work on microphone preamplifiers, equalizers, compressors, and early large-format mixing consoles. Many of his long-discontinued products are considered classic equipment and are very highly sought after by professionals in the recording industry. He's often credited as the man who made the recording console. In 1989, he became an inducted member of the Mix Hall of Fame, and in 1997, he was the 3rd person to receive a technical Grammy Award. Rupert made it to the ripe old age of 93. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all the news that is fit to geek this week. Unless my compadres here have anything they would like to add.
I added my bits.
Okay.
Yeah, no. That's,
Yeah, no.
that's
Go, dude.
Hey!
Hey, Chris Kenneth dropped $10. Very nice. That will go towards the marathon time tomorrow. So we have $11 towards the next half hour of the marathon. So if we get another 14, then we'll be able to add another half hour on for tomorrow. So thank you very much, Chris Kenneth. Really appreciate it, dude. So I guess pickups?
pickups.
It feels like we're getting into pickups so soon today.
Yeah.
I got 5.
I have 2.
I got 4.
I have 2.
We have late pickups this week too. Look at that.
2.
So we can take as long as we want
To be fair,
to.
the only reason I had so much last week is because I had fucking my order from December finally come in because I had a pre-order item for February.
Yeah, mine is from
I've had money this year at all.
beginning of January, basically post-Christmas purchase. Still waiting for one item. Then I'll have everything from post-Christmas.
My big pickup this week, I got underwear.
Yay, underwear. How's your father asked, what's the most pickups someone's had? Oh, Stoud probably holds that record. I think there's
Somewhere in the 60s.
like 50, 60 something. Yeah, he's just had ridiculous pickups some weeks.
That was mostly during the era of when I lived really close to that half-price books outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't live near there anymore. It's like an
No.
hour away. So
Also,
that's why I want to move back over there. But somebody doesn't want to move over there.
Very cool.
What? Why not? What area is that?
It's in Olympia.
Olympia.
I say no to Olympia. I don't remember that.
You did once, but this is a while ago.
Whatever. At this point, just find us a fucking place.
Anyways.
Alrighty. So, let's take a look here.
Stoudman.
Stoudman.
Show me where we're moving.
Stoudman. What did you get this week?
Yeah.
What did you get this week?
So Target had a sale. Target.
What
had
did you
a
get this
sale,
week?
And it was buy two get one free on all their media, on the Blu-rays and stuff like that. And so
Cool.
I took advantage of that. Waiting for Sean to say, "What did you get?"
So what did you get this week?
So the first of the three movies I got, I took advantage of this deal twice. By the way, this is just the first order. First one I got was Brainstorm.
Oh, Brainstorm.
Each of these is
Yes.
about $15.
I need that.
I love that film.
So if you do the math, that $15, buy two get one free. It's like $10 each. So
yeah.
Brainstorm finally.
One of only two films directed by Douglas Trumbull.
Yep. The other one's Silent Running.
The other was
Already owned.
the other was Silent Running. Yeah.
This is the one that one of the ones that you mentioned to me, Sean, that I should check out. So that's why I got
Yeah,
it.
it's very good. Yeah, has a bit of a notorious history to it if you dive into the behind the scenes stories. Nancy Wood's last film, sadly.
Yeah.
But Christopher Walken is wonderful. It has what's her face who played Nurse Ratched in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest as a fellow scientist. There's some really really interesting ideas in there that I always really liked. And that was, I think, might have been the first film where I kind of saw boobs when I was a kid. So
wait,
it's kind of
was it the
special
film
to
that
me.
He was shot in the boat on during production
Yes.
of?
Yeah.
Oh God, that's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
I need to see this movie anyway. But
Well,
that's just a horrible thing.
here's the thing that was strange is Nancy Wood had a deathly fear of water. She never went in boats.
Yep.
So what was she doing in that boat, and how did she drown? That's the big question.
Yep.
So there's something very like just not right
Her
about the
partner
whole
at the
situation.
time was very abusive, apparently. So.
Yeah, so it was. That was one of the reasons that Douglas Trumbull stopped directing films. Actually, first off, he was just tired of the Hollywood system, and second off, he didn't. He was good friends with Natalie Wood, and the whole situation
That would
really,
fucking killed me, man. That would've destroyed me.
really shook him. Holy shitballs, Batman! Major Motoko just dropping out of
Whoa!
nowhere, dropping $89 on the
shit.
stream.
That's
Holy
at least
moly.
2 more
Thank you.
hours.
I think
now
we
because
got an extra 2 hours. So we got like 4 hours for tomorrow now. Wow. I'm gonna have to.
Thank you.
I have to do a little bit of math here. Hold on a second. So we had.
I want to see that
50
movie, but
plus
also
1
like
plus
knowing that
10
backstory is
plus 89 plus 50. That is perfect. That is exactly the amount we needed to make it a solid 2 hours or 4 hours tomorrow. Thank you so much, Major Motoko. That's awesome, dude.
That's really awesome.
You did some math before, I can tell. So we got
So
4 hours even. Yeah, so anyway, the movie itself is really good. And they basically, I think the production was shut down for a bit after Natalie Wood passed away. And then they remounted it, and Douglas Trumbull shelled out some of his own money to finish it. And, yeah, but it's really good. Definitely a long-time favorite.
And then I
Hey!
got this,
Yes!
which we watched together.
Yes! Wonderful.
And I was sold on it. I was like, "Oh shit, this is a great Dracula
It's
story."
so good, yeah.
Another one.
It's,
Damn it.
well, and especially
Curse
because
you,
of
Stab.
Jack Palance is just such a force of nature
my
in the
brokenness.
role.
Right?
Yeah,
He
he's
just
great.
does so well in the role of Dracula. I love it.
does.
I didn't think he would, but holy shit,
He really surprised me.
never
Really
doubt
surprised
Jack
me.
Palance.
Yeah. And now, as I'm reading Tomb of Dracula, who was the design was based on Jack Palance, I can't help but see and hear him as Jack Palance as I'm reading it. Like, yeah, that's a good one. There's a really good interview with Jack on there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where he talks about the role.
Yeah, and with Dan Curtis.
And with Dan
Cool.
Curtis, yeah, both of whom are sadly no longer with us, but it's great to hear their thoughts on it.
Speaking of Jack Palance, I'm pretty sure he plays Curly, right, in City Slickers?
Yes, he does.
He does.
And they just announced that they're doing City Slickers 2. It's going to be like a Shout Select.
3? Oh,
They've
2.
done the first
Okay.
one. Okay, yeah, I did the first one.
Okay.
Shout Select. Also.
Which, personally, I have always felt like City Slickers 2 was better than City Slickers 1.
Okay.
Curly's Revenge
And
or something? Yeah.
Okay, so
for fucking or on Blu-ray for fucking years.
Yeah.
I got
only
story.
DVD, so
I got a story about City Slickers too.
Okay.
One of my screenwriting teachers did a draft on City Slickers 2, and he used the finished screenplay as examples like throughout his entire class. He was so proud that he even touched the fucking screenplay, so he's not even in the final credit. He did a draft on it early on, and so like he's like every time he'd be like, "Oh, and if you ask me, City Slickers 2, check it out." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? At the end of every class, you're gonna say this at the end of every class?" He adored this fucking. He bring it up all the time, like just he was obsessed with the fact that
I love it. It's funny.
I mean, like the guy never really got any other work. He did one draft on City, and then he became a distributor. Here we are.
Yep.
He's a good dude.
That reminds me of a guy who used
Hello?
That reminds me of a guy who used to be on my bus coming back from. This is when I worked at a call center, and I had to take about an hour bus ride there and back. And there's this one guy who his big claim to fame was he had worked on a Canadian detective show or something. It was called Da Vinci's Inquest, and every single day he was just talking about Da Vinci's Inquest this, Da Vinci's Inquest that, and like, oh yeah, when I worked on Da Vinci's Inquest.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
And it was
When
just
I worked
like
on the Slickers 2 screenplay.
He just went
I'm the
on
one who
and
came
on.
up with Curly. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
sure you did.
He just went on and
You
on
didn't
about Da
come up with
Vinci's
Curly?
Inquest.
You meant like the Curly's Gold. Sorry, that was me. I'm misspoken.
That was like
whole-
his.
I'm like,
That was like his
whatever.
big chat up line. Like, hey baby, I worked on Da Vinci's Inquest.
Like, okay, let me put this into perspective for you. That would be like I have a friend, it's my brother's friend, but I also knew him growing up, right?
Acquaintance.
And I actually helped him to get his Red One camera, which he then used to start making music
Oh, nice.
videos and this stuff. And he actually made his own movie at one point. But early on, when he was starting to become a filmmaker in like the late '90s, his like the biggest project he worked on was as the production manager for MVP, Most Valuable Primate.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
I'm just thinking to myself, what
fucking-
if he had spent his whole life being like, "Oh, MVP, check it out."
Yeah.
Are you
Probably.
Is that why you're obsessed with this movie? Oh no, wait, no, it's that's Zach with Duncan checks in. Never mind. Crossing some wires.
What?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay, crossing wires. All right. But yeah, I'm definitely glad that City Slickers 2 is getting a new release. Anyways,
You're the only one. No, I'm
I
kidding.
was gonna say that like that movie. What I like the most about it though is that they bring in John Lovitz, and John Lovitz's character is just so perfectly what the fuck is he doing in this movie, but also I'm glad he's in this movie because like for some reason he just can quote Godfather 2 perfectly, And so that's the whole thing about his fucking character is that every time they get a chance to fucking bring up Godfather, they're just like, let's bring up Godfather again for no particular reason. It's brilliant cheese. I love it.
All right, so we were talking. You were talking about your pickups. Sorry, I think
I had the pickups.
we all got
So the
sidetracked
third
with Curly's
The one
Gold.
that I technically got for free was Grizzly 2 Revenge.
Oh, nice.
Oh Lord! It's funny. You could have bought another trilogy at 3 of those, another set of those, and I'd been cool with that.
Another what?
I need all 3 of those also. As I was saying.
Oh, yeah. Charlie Sheen, George Clooney, Laura Dern, all in this fucking movie that just got released.
Well, to be fair,
Wow.
it's like
37 years in the making.
all the people they talk about in that movie are
Wow.
like there for like 30 seconds. I swear to fuck.
I thought This Island
Yeah.
Earth was impressive, being 2.5 years in the making.
But
This must be the
after
best
Skinslip
movie
and
ever.
after Skinslip and I watched the first Grizzly finally, and then we
That
found out
ending.
this was coming out. We had to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I need to get the re-release of Grizzly with the better transfer and special features.
Mhm.
Oh God, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Everyone put it out there. The limited slipcover that I'm like, I wish I
But
could buy it right now.
The biggest thing I got this week. This is a holy grail item for me that I've been waiting on to get to a decent enough price for literally like 4 or 5 years now. And the reason is it's been out of print for like 4 or 5 years. And it's a Twilight Time title. So, of course, the limited print run to 3,000,
Yeah.
rare as fuck, out of print, can't find it anywhere. People are charging $100 to $150 fucking dollars for it. And I'm like, I'm not paying that fucking much.
No.
So, finally found it on eBay for after shipping came to like $50.
Not
Oh,
bad
better.
for
Fair price.
aftermarket. Yeah.
As good as it gets.
Oh, nice.
Now watch next week a Shout Select title release gets for that.
I'm
Yeah,
sure,
no
like,
doubt.
that's
Or
what-
Criterion for next month.
like,
Yeah.
they're gonna eventually re-release this somewhere.
Oh, they will.
fucking
Yeah, it's a
They
popular
will.
film.
Kino's gonna get it. Shout Factory's gonna
Or
get
a studio's gonna repress it,
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
But whatever. I mean, that's such a great film. I've been wanting to get some edition
I've
of it.
never seen it. Wanted to see it for a long time.
Really? Oh,
Hey,
it's
yeah.
really good.
Search
It's very, very good.
Thought about that.
Yeah, that's one I've been wanting to get in some kind of format
Yeah.
forever. I forgot the Twilight Time had put it out actually, but
That's how long it's been out of print.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure some other studio will re-release it. at some
I'm
point.
sure, like
I'm
Arrow or
shocked it hasn't
someone.
been
I could
re-released on-
totally see that being a Shout Select title. Honestly, like I could see them picking it up.
It has releases across the pond, like in Europe. There are some. I think there's like a German release.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, there's not really any way to get it in the United States on Blu-ray.
I'm surprised
Other than
because
this, which is out of print.
I'm really
So-
surprised because that was a very high-profile movie when it came out. Like it got
Exactly.
a lot of,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know.
Still a
this
star.
is a big
I mean,
fucking
yeah.
deal. Helen
still in
Hunt is
fucking
in it.
movies.
Jack Nicholson is in it. Like,
Well, Jack Nicholson and Helen Hunt and that
Cuba
was
Gooding Jr.
well, and that was very much a breakout film for Greg Kinnear because he
yeah.
he had previously he was mainly known as a talk show host. Like he hadn't really done a lot of like proper acting, but that role is just amazing. Like he's just phenomenal in it. You know, you really connect with that character and everything he goes through, and it's just a great movie. Yeah, I love that one. I'm not. It gets unfairly kind of just pigeonholed as a romantic comedy, and yeah, it kind
More
of
than that.
it kind of is, but there's so
The
much
trailer.
more. There's so much more to it than
It
that.
has such an incredible depth to it.
It really
means
does.
That's on
so
the trailer,
much.
which I've seen a million times.
Yeah.
I can tell you it's
Like-
more than just a romantic
Oh, yeah.
comedy.
Yeah, it
When
has
I
a lot
watched
to
it for the first time in the 90s, when I was a kid, I had no idea. I'm a kid, right? I don't understand
Kid.
really what's going on or care really what's going on. As an adult,
Where's the
with
lasers and
experience
spaceships?
watching
Yeah.
films, it's a different experience entirely.
Where's the
And
gross
well,
monster
It's like
needle?
such a
asshole.
meaningful film to me.
Also, having certain mental difficulties and idiosyncrasies. I think there's a lot in there that people like us can relate to.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
it's a perfect example of a movie that's like showing somebody who's a flawed character. The main character is like a really flawed character.
yes,
He's an asshole of a flawed character.
yes,
He's
very much
actually taking steps to try and fucking better himself. Meanwhile,
yeah,
all the people in his life who judge the fuck out of him and treat him like shit for it are doing nothing about their problems, which you can see on display. And he has to sit there taking shit from them while he actually tries to do something about his fucking issues.
Mm-hmm.
And they are not doing anything about their issues.
There's things in the
So there are
resume.
several points where he has to show extreme restraint
yeah,
and fucking
which is very
patience.
difficult. It's very difficult for him because he's used to
it's
just
very
kind of
difficult,
speaking his mind
He
and
does it, right?
Yeah,
And
it sounds like me trying to hold my fucking tongue.
yeah.
it really
Well, he
and
starts.
it's an uplifting movie because of that for
Yeah.
somebody who has a mental disorder,
he
because it's
starts
like
to-
there are several times when you have to hold your tongue, when you
Yeah.
have to be patient,
and,
when there's
Oh,
somebody
yeah,
else who has fucking issues,
yeah,
who won't acknowledge that they have issues,
yeah.
but you're somebody who has issues and you do acknowledge it,
Mhm.
so you become the person they kind of attack for it.
Yeah,
And it's just
yeah. So anyway, a lot of stuff like that in that movie, and one of the reasons I've just loved it more and more over the years, and really need to get it in my collection in some form. It's
Me
wonderful.
too.
It's
fuck
wonderful.
yeah. I hope it does get another release.
I'm sure it will.
Even if I pay $50 for that.
I hope the Stout stands.
I'm sure around. I'm sure it will, at some point, and that will be. I'm not going to put it off this time. I'll just grab it as soon as it comes out because I need.
Fuck yeah.
I need that movie. Yeah. Well, you're the kind of woman who makes me want to be a better man. Yeah, that's.
I love how he makes that up like, all right, I got a great one for you to hear. I got a great compliment that I'm going to give you here.
Yeah.
Like really talking it up. And then he drops it, and it's like, holy shit, that actually was a really
I know.
fucking good.
Except it's not. Except he's trying to compliment her, but he's just talking about himself. It's real
No,
self-centered.
don't. Just don't. Don't even go there. Do not besmirch the beautiful romantic moment.
It's kind of true, but yeah.
It is, but it's like it's also saying you inspire me. You make me want to improve myself and be better for you.
It's like it's as much as he could muster at the time.
Yeah.
As he's really trying.
There's a lot
to be
of.
better person.
It's a wonderful line.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Yeah, but.
I'm saying it's multi-level.
No,
Jesus Christ.
you're
We're probably
twisting
proud
it
of
into
opinions,
something
bro.
that it isn't, though.
Gee, I guess I don't have opinions anymore.
No, it's just your.
Fuck's sakes, dude.
Oh
like,
my
damn it.
God! Stop.
I expressed one thing about the movie and you jumped down my fucking throat, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
No. Context is important. That's the thing. It's like.
Oh my God. I never said it wasn't.
Okay.
Stop putting
Anyway,
words in my mouth.
I'm not. Jesus Christ. Let's move on. So, anything else, Stout?
No, that was it.
All right. Cool. That's great.
Over here crushing a can.
So, Skinslip, what'd you get this week?
Oh.
So in 2014, me and Dad watched this documentary here called Dark On,
Oh.
which is about a group of LARP kids in the woods for a weekend. But
Ooh.
it's like a documentary about the actual people who run it, and this is like the real shit. The problem is it's not streaming anywhere,
No.
and I really wanted to rewatch it. So I went on Amazon. It's $4.
Oh.
Send that shit to get right the fuck
Oh,
out.
wow.
It was $1 with $2.99 shipping. I was like, fucking sold. It's not like that anymore. There's like $8 or $16 for the next one. But I was like, expecting like a beat up disc. It came in a library case, but like the disc has been resurfaced. Looks great. So
Hey.
hopefully it plays and I can watch this movie again. I'm probably gonna back it up just in case.
Thanks, Chris
Anyway.
Kenneth. That'll go towards tomorrow as well.
Oh,
so
awesome.
if we can scrape together another $10, it'll be 4.5 hours for tomorrow. So thank you so much, dude. That's awesome. I'm getting more from InSaNiTy than I did through the whole freaking marathon. This is crazy.
All right, next. So we've talked about how the original Dracula was shot 2 different times. One with Spanish, one with the American one, and how like Nosferatu was shot twice.
Yeah.
One English, not Nosferatu. Yeah, Nosferatu.
Yeah. Nosferatu, 79.
One English, one German.
Yeah.
Well, Santo and the Treasure of Dracula. This is already in my collection.
Yeah.
Was shot twice. Once black and white for the North American audience, where this is more like kids' fair stuff, and once in vibrant, glorious color. This is my pickup. This is a sexy vampire version, which I didn't realize when I bought it. I thought it was just going to be this.
Yeah, you didn't even know.
The only thing on this is this edition.
Was it? You didn't even know that existed until you received it?
For some of them, I just didn't know it existed for this particular movie.
Yeah.
There are other movies where they did alternate takes, usually more gory. I think this is the one with nudity. This is totally just... I feel like this is like a sudden cash-in because, like, Kino announced that this year they'd be releasing a double feature of Santo films, both of which have never been released before.
Yeah.
Right? And then out of nowhere, out of fucking nowhere, hey, we got this coming out really quickly. So, and while it looks good, I just feel like they were holding on to this because they didn't think anyone would buy it. But now someone else is going to put it out, they'll put it out.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. When there's nothing wrong with that, because I fucking bought it, didn't I? Fucking Santo.
Well, yeah, of course.
Next. We got... I gotta put the wrong cover on 1 second. Picked up Bruce's Deadly Fingers.
Starring Bruce
which is another
Lee.
one of these... VCI release, this one? Yeah, another VCI release. That previous one was VCA also.
Okay,
and
yeah.
this is another one of them Bruce Lee Bruceploitation films. And this is the cover I really like. But this is the cover this is the reversible cover.
Oh, yeah, I like that. That looks nice.
But this has deleted scenes, commentary track, and then there's like a bonus reel of like kung fu trailers. And then there's a whole like section on the bad dubbing that was done on this in the past, where like they dubbed part of the movie with like call it like butt crystals or some shit. Anyway,
Okay.
like that. It's some really bad dub piece, right? But it shows all the clips where that was previously the badly translated apart, and it's really humorous when you watch it. But
Okay.
this is actually pretty cool. This is a good movie. I enjoyed the fuck out of that one. Next, you're gonna probably want this one, Sean.
Oh.
Giant from the Unknown.
Oh. What's this all
Now,
about?
shout out to Film Detective. Film Detective has been doing a lot of public domain stuff, but this is their first time. Not the first time. One of the earlier. They've done a few Blu-rays, but this is really the first time they've done a 4K remastered edition.
Oh, wow.
This has special features and a commentary. 2 commentaries, excuse me. But really excellent. This was recommended to me on Justin DeClose's YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel called Film Trap, and he talked about the Blu-ray. And he talks about how, like, you know, people who like monster movies, about like the monster wanders around the woods while the scientists and the sheriff and whoever else are hunting for it also wander around the woods, and they only meet at the end.
Holy moly.
Oh shit!
Hey, Jay Naylor just dropped the extra $10.
Nice.
So we got 4.5 hours for tomorrow's marathon. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate that.
So another thing about this is actually an independent film at the time. So this is 1958, an independent film. This is like a 6'8" tall, reanimated conquistador with a helmet and the armor and everything.
Okay.
It's really silly, but this is totally your fucking jam, Sean. This
All
is
right.
100% your thing.
Cool.
So,
I'm
and
down.
it's like it's classic sci-fi.
Yeah.
So, and the piece de resistance of all pickups today, no one's gonna top this. Do you know what's special about this release?
Does that have the extended cut?
Yes, it does.
Ah, okay. I had a
You know
feeling.
what it also has?
I
It
don't
has
know.
the work print with the additional 40 minutes or 30 minutes of Frank Castle
Oh, wow. Okay.
stuff. 3 cuts.
Wow. That's awesome.
But it's Region B, brother, so you got to get yourself that player.
Yeah, well, yeah. So
Never come to America, probably.
money that doesn't exist.
I know.
Other things have
Someone
a higher
needs to buy him
priority.
Someone needs to buy him a Region free player and just send it to him.
Not a priority.
Yeah,
I don't even
the
have a
second
TV.
you
I don't
told
have
me
a
about
TV
that,
I
I
can
was
watch
like,
them on right
I'm
now.
buying that right now.
What do you say, Sean?
I guess
Justin?
yeah.
So the second she told me about that, I was like, I'm buying that right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She,
I went on
Yeah.
eBay immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's that.
But
Unfortunately, there's no reversible cover to get rid of the fucking radiant symbol. Unfortunately, but,
yeah.
But this, I can't wait to watch the extended cut of that. And now I'm gonna wait for Justin to get his. We'll
Yeah.
just watch it together.
Cool.
Honestly, I feel like everybody shits on that movie, but I think it's like at least
It's
a 6
all
out of
right.
10.
It's a 7
There
and
are
a half.
memorable.
It's
There
not
are
bad.
memorable moments for me. So
It's a really solid action flick. I mean,
Also-
like really solid.
Also, the first R-rated Marvel movie. So
Yeah.
you know, it's
And Dolph
historically.
Lundgren, like, perfect casting.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
like,
great.
visually.
Yeah.
Except his hair. But like his hair looks weird.
Well, we're so used to seeing him not with black hair.
Yeah, you know.
with
like,
lighter hair, blonde hair.
You're just like,
usually.
why? No, don't do that, Dolph. Don't. We're just blonde. Shit.
I
Like
know.
fuck. Anyway, it's like the minor flaw in what I think is a really solid action film.
I've always enjoyed it. I've always liked it.
Oh yeah, I had the DVD.
I like
and now
all.
I get the
Honestly,
Blu-ray.
I like all the Punisher movies, and they're all wildly different from each other. But
And they're all really good representations of the characters in different ways.
They are, yeah, different.
This is
different
a
aspects of
solid
the character.
representation of Punisher circa 1986, 1887,
Yeah.
when his earlier role. This is like totally that Punisher.
Yeah.
Like it feels like that. And then like you get Warzone, which is like the late 90s, early 2000s,
It's like
grittier.
It's like the Marvel Max Punisher. Is what that's
Yeah,
based
yeah.
on. Yeah.
And then like you've got the one between the 2004 one, which is like it's like a blending. It's an interesting.
Yeah.
I like.
I really like that one. I really liked Thomas Jane as Frank Castle. I thought
Yes.
he was amazing.
I think he's the best Punisher so far, in my opinion.
in terms of I think so too. Actually, definitely.
And I
stuff.
really like Barenthal. Is that his name from the TV series? Because
Oh,
that's
yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Mhm.
honestly that might actually be the best depiction of Punisher,
Like,
and
most
like as a
accurate.
more like
Yeah.
just as a rounded character. But
Yeah. I
it's
still
also
have,
like fucking 10 episodes, so it's
Yeah,
a different beast.
I
you know?
still have to watch that one. I've seen the Daredevil season that introduced him, and he's featured pretty heavily in that. But
Yep.
I haven't seen the actual series. All one.
Man, that
season
first
of it.
season of Daredevil was something. Damn.
The what?
That first season of Daredevil was something. I think that might be one of the best.
Oh, it's
Marvel.
amazing. It was amazing.
That fucking fight scene is still in my
You're
head.
talking about the one from episode 2, right? Like it was just one
Yeah.
continuous take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's not really one continuous take, but it's made to look like one continuous take. Yes.
I don't know. I know sometimes when they do the continuous take things, they fake it. I don't know. Did they fake it for that one? Do we even know?
I think someone said there are 2 cuts, and
Two
but it's
cuts.
like it's 3 long, impressive takes.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
anything away from them.
I remember that.
It's-
That was, and that was like
how
a
you cut
whole.
door frame. They go like this between a door frame. It's like a cut.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a whole. That was a whole like rescue where he went in to rescue the kid or whatever, and it's just him laying waste to all the bad guys one after the other. They're
Yeah.
coming at him. They're flying in and out of rooms, and it's just so elaborate and amazing and jaw dropping.
Yes, that first season of Punisher felt like Ennis brought to life.
That was the scene that really sold me on the Daredevil series right there. That was it. I thought it was good before, but when I saw that scene, I was like, okay, they're really, they're doing
Yeah.
something special here.
Just wish more movies would do this.
Yeah.
That's the kind of action scenes we fucking want to see, and for whatever reason, they gotta do bad cutting instead.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah, like
The
machine
problem
gun
is
editing.
American films cut on the punch,
Yeah.
which removes all the power from the hit.
Yeah.
Instead, in Hong Kong movies, they cut after the strike, so
Yeah.
you see it hit or hit.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're not hitting each other.
They said,
Because you
the
get
other
the right
actor-
angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other
And
actor's
then-
selling it, basically.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what makes the difference.
Yeah.
All the difference in the worlds, showing the hit. You don't show the hit, you lose all the power.
Exactly.
screen.
You want to see.
Yeah.
Not just the
I want
punch.
to see your choreography. If you don't have choreography, don't do an action movie.
Exactly.
Nope.
You want to see the reaction.
And if you're doing a
the
gunfight, you
impact.
better have choreography.
Yeah.
Make it make sense. Look at John Woo. He had choreography. He had gunfights.
Yeah.
I don't understand why the Hong Kong method didn't catch on, other than like it costs a lot.
August says, absolutely love that scene. I teared up when he can barely stand at the end and saves the kid. Yeah.
Oh,
it's so powerful. It's an amazing,
Jesus, such a fucking
amazing
shit.
scene.
He's like leaning on the door frame that one shot. Like,
Yeah. And he just like
Oh, yeah.
exhausted picks up the kid, takes him out.
Yeah.
Amazing.
God damn. such like one of the
So,
best.
spoiler: he rescues the kid.
In the second episode, it's not a huge spoiler.
Spoilers.
And like you ever thought he wouldn't, but
Yeah.
it's just a matter
Like
of
at the
how
end of
it's
the
going to play out.
season, where he might fail because it's another season. You know,
That's true.
you never know. What?
Yeah. Alrighty. So I'm
Already
guessing that
sidetracked. I wrote all my pickups.
that
Sorry.
was the grand finale. Okay, so I only have two this week. Similarly, Severin films as well. My Severin order came in. There was a couple things. There was one thing in particular I wanted to get and did not want to miss out on. And the other was something I had been wanting for a while and didn't think I would get. But it turned out they had a bunch left in stock, so I snagged that as well. Because, I mean, if I'm going to order something from Severin Films, I'm not going to order just one thing. I'm going to order at least two, maybe three. In this case, I ordered two. It was pushing the budget a little bit. So the first thing I got was this, which you saw Skinslip got a few weeks back. Tales of the Uncanny, the limited edition. And the reason... so this has two bonus... This is basically a documentary about anthology horror films, or portmanteau, as the term is. And it includes two bonus films, Eerie Tales and Unusual Tales. But the reason to get the limited edition is it includes a third bonus film, Edgar Allan Poe's Master of Horror, which apparently is insanely limited. I don't know if it's a rights thing or what, but they're not planning to... I just put it upside down. They're not planning to do a standalone release of that anytime soon, if ever. So,
well, like, it's interesting because like Rad got released last year from Vinegar Syndrome, and then Mill Creek just announced the Steelbook. So like,
of Rad?
I think,
yeah.
So it's something like that. Like someone else has the rights for it.
Oh, it might be. So it's just a very
or
limited...
they maybe expensive rights, and so the only way to get cheap rights is limited run rights.
So they have like very limited rights. So anyway, that's the reason, because I'm a huge fan of anthology horror, as you know. So first off, I obviously wanted it for the documentary, but then they also have these three very rare anthology horror films that haven't been seen in ages. So
the second one on there, it's like Histories or whatever. That movie is so rare that like finding it on IMDb was a pain in my ass because it's under a different title and like in French. And it's like
there's like a French title for it, I think. Yeah. Like,
but that's like a rare, I think, English dub, if I remember correctly. It's interesting.
Histoire Extraordinaires. That's what it was. So extraordinary history. But anyway, yeah. So I wanted it for the documentary and for the ultra rare other anthology horror films. Yeah.
Very good documentary. I saw the doc.
Next up, there was a film that was actually sent to me by a viewer many years ago on DVD, the old Snapper Case DVD, and it's a great sort of ghost story. It's kind of hard to explain. When you see the movie, you'll understand, but it's basically a ghost story, starring George C. Scott. It is a legit classic of modern horror. We have The Changeling. Now, here's the thing. I thought I was going to miss out on the snazzy slipcover, but apparently not. They actually had some in stock. I couldn't believe it because this came out a while ago, and I thought for sure I'd missed it. I'd seen it on shelves, no slipcover. I guess you can only get it directly from
I
them.
believe the slipcover is now limited only to them now for remaining stock.
So I saw they had the non-limited version and the limited version with the slipcover, and I was like, oh, I've seen that slipcover. That is a nice slipcover. Look at that. It's all shiny and
gorgeous.
And
I love that. It's my favorite slipcover.
Shiniest slipcover I've ever seen.
It's one of my favorite slips.
It's very beautiful. So I really didn't want to miss out on that. Plus, I really like the movie. So, huge thanks to the viewer that sent it to me a while ago so I could check it out. It's such a great movie. So I've been wanting to check it out again. But obviously wanted to check it out on the new Severin Blu-ray. And that was it. That's all I got was my Severin order came in, and it was just those two titles. So we got Tales of the Uncanny and The Changeling. And there we go.
There is another anthology film they put out, but it's not limited. So it's a regular release. And there's a couple other anthology films I found to add to your anthology list because I know you wanted to get all of them eventually.
Well, ideally, just have like a shelf full of them.
I've got probably like 25 of them now because I'm doing that thing where every couple of months, every 6 months or so, I sort all my stuff by genre and then like make note of what I have.
Oh, okay, yeah.
that way. I'm like, I need to get more of
don't,
this genre or more of that genre because I want to have a more balanced collection type thing.
Yeah, that's kind of when I moved the horror collection over to the new shelves. Oh, you can actually see over there. That's kind of what I thought too. Was like,
impressive sucks seeing those Blu-rays.
That what?
God damn, it's impressive to suck seeing your entire collection like that.
Oh yeah, and then as I was looking at, because of course I sort by genre just normally, and so seeing all the different sections, I was like, oh yeah, I could really use more in that section, and oh yeah, I thought I had more of those, but apparently I don't have that many, and it's like, it's just, as a collector, you're never pleased. Like, you're never fully satisfied with your collection.
No,
There's always
it's an addiction.
Some
really
way in which it's lacking, and that you want to add to it and to fill out this
or
part.
the new movie you
part,
discover. I mean, I didn't know that movie existed. Like fuck.
Yeah. So.
Kind of thing happens all the time. We're like, oh, that is a cool movie.
So there you go. So that's my pickup.
Hold on, what is the name of that film? God, I gotta get that title for you real quick.
I don't know.
What did I just do? I did that thing where I clicked twice and broke it. All right.
Oops.
Yeah. Oops. The fuck is it? Page 3. Page 3. I need to get Nosferatu in Venice. That's one of my.
That's the other one with Klaus Kinski, isn't it? Yeah, I need to get that too.
Family Portraits. Yeah. That's the movie. It's America in three and a trilogy of America. It's called three segment.
All right. Yeah, Nosferatu
that's a standard release.
That one I think was sitting in my cart, but then after all the exchange rate and everything, I was like, another time. So
on the burner, because that's I mean, it'll be available through Amazon soon if it's not already.
Sure. Yeah, but Tales of the Uncanny and the limited edition of the Changeling with that gorgeous slipcover, those were the priorities for that order.
Yeah, and those were only through Severin store.
Through Severin store, yeah. So I did not want to miss.
Severin's one of my favorite labels. It's Severin and Vinegar.
August says had to sell my movies to move cross country. Going to be selective and try to rebuild some back. There you go.
That's a good idea. I'm so sorry you had to do that. I had to sell off all my abandon my Magic cards and board games and I actually abandoned a bunch of movies too. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of movies, like a couple boxes of movies I just left because I just like, okay, these are crap DVDs, so whatever. Some of those I regret. Most of them I don't care about.
Yeah.
It's like, damn. I feel that though. But yeah, being selective, buy the additions to the favorite movies first, and then,
Yeah, exactly. The ones that are personally significant to you. There always are some. That's how my collection started. Was just basically getting a lot of my old favorites, and
You only get to where we're at after 15 plus years of collecting, so don't worry about being like this overnight.
No.
We're not measuring dicks. Sean has a very large collection. Mine is what was the number?
You also have
392 titles. You have more than 3,000 titles.
You have a very large collection too.
But you have more than by a lot.
You have a bigger horror collection than I do. I wish I had more.
The problem is, the vast majority of things I've bought are horror and grindhouse and cult type stuff. I do have
like more
studio films, but But the thing is, I got a couple hundred DVDs given to me from my dad, or a bunch of like really shitty comedies. Well, and when I move out loud, I'm gonna go through and literally remake a whole new list with what I have. I'm gonna take everything out of the box one at a time, add it to the list.
Well,
find out exactly what I have. I'm gonna purge a lot of that.
The couple times my coworkers gave me their DVDs or whatever, like I just kind of occasionally get these big, injections into the collection, and you go through and it's like, well, some of these are duplicates of stuff I already have, or they're crummier editions that I would like to have.
Movies I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah,
like,
so it's
Daddy
like
Daycare. Why do I have this? God damn it!
I'll put these ones. I'll keep these ones, and I'll sell the rest. And that's pretty much it.
Ostensibly, I gathered them because I was like, oh, I have all the fucking American Pie movies that aren't the American Pie main films. They're all the side ones, right?
Like the American Pie Presents.
Yeah. And my dad was just buying any junk ass DVD that fucking appealed to him for years.
Yeah.
And so, like, sometimes they were good movies, sometimes they're bad movies, just mix. But I got all of them, and some of them I'm like, why do I have Daddy? I don't need Daddy Daycare. So I move, I'm getting rid of like things like Daddy Daycare, Daddy's Home, RV. I probably don't need to see RV. I'm good. Like, there's so many, like. every direct-to-video Ice Cube film since fucking Barbershop, including Barbershop.
Oh, and Major Matoka says, or the time when someone gifted you the Twilight movies. Yeah, that someone was Bluto 1992. You might remember we used to be a regular on SNI. Yeah, he did that.
The only reason he isn't is because he works a day job.
Exactly, yeah. Is very much to troll me, and because he wanted to enjoy me watching me stream, like do a watch party watching them, and enjoy watching my pain. And they're the extended versions of all 5 of them too. They're not even just the regular version. They're the extended versions.
Let's do it. Let's make it. Let's do it this year. I'll help you. I'll go through them with you. I'll watch them with you. We'll talk shit about them.
All right. Yeah. I'm sure we'll. We'll only be half watching. We'll be too busy just bullshitting about whatever, trying to keep each other sane.
Yeah, that's part of the fun, I think.
Yeah.
I've only seen the first 2, so fuck it.
I have also only seen the first 2, and only with the riff tracks commentary.
Same.
Oh, did we watch them together?
Yes.
Okay, we did. Yeah.
I think we did. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds oddly the same.
Oh, I think Stout was there too. Yeah.
Yes, I think Stout was also there. Yeah.
I think we did it for Vito. Yeah. I think it was back in Vito days, actually.
I think it was. Yeah.
I think it was only those 2 movies out at the time. In fact.
So that's the only way I've seen them, and it was funny. Even the riff tracks guys seem to be struggling to get through them. And what's funny is, like, so many of the people involved in those are, solid actors, talented people.
You can tell because they are doing projects now that are great.
It's just the story, so awful in those, like, so awful.
Yeah, I mean,
and don't get me wrong,
original source material though.
And don't get me wrong, like, I like a lot of the so-called young adult fiction. There's a lot of science fiction and horror stuff there, dystopias and things. I enjoy that sort of thing, and I love it. And if a lot of that stuff, that's a genre that kind of happened after I had grown up, so I'm kind of
Hunger Games is great.
Hunger Games is good. The Maze Runner.
I need to see those.
Maze Runner is really good.
I
still need to watch the last one, but I like that one. And then there's the Divergent series. All that.
I haven't seen those yet either.
All that stuff is good, but Twilight is the one that sort of kicked off that whole boom, and it's just so.
Insipid's a good word.
Insipid, yes, it is a good word. It's very appropriate.
It's just like no one's trying. It's literally just a cash in.
Well, and especially since you've seen what a lot of those actors can do since, it just makes it more painful seeing them doing this.
I mean, I have sat through, I'm guaranteed we're going to watch this. I'm like, these are all right. Yeah. I'm going to say I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch them like, this is not great, but this is a 5 out of 10,
Yeah.
I bet you're going to be pretty lenient on them.
Well,
because, I've seen some really terrible fucking movies.
I mean, in particular, like Robert Pattinson, especially, like he's really turned his career around. Instead of just being seen as that sparkly vampire guy, he's done some really good stuff,
Kristen Stewart's some great stuff too. I mean, like, Personal Shopper was awesome. I mean, like,
Well, just earlier we were talking about a little bit about Underwater with Kristen Stewart.
Oh, I need to see that still. I really need to get that. I love Underwater.
It's supposed to be. Well, yeah, you were saying that's one of your big sort of phobias is like the deep water.
Well, and I actually have a fondness for movies about underwater science research bases. I literally have a list on Letterboxd. Yeah, I made a list about it. So no one else did, so I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So I think the Fear of the Deep Ocean, which I can't remember what that's called. That's the name of the list. And scientific research bases in film. That's
yeah.
Where are we getting the Abyss?
Because I remember, I think that was one of the reasons you sort of enjoyed Depth so much, was because it kind of tapped into that fear and made it more intense. Yeah. But
it only works to play that game with friends. I can't do anything like that by myself.
That's like something like that.
What is that game with the the deep sea?
I was gonna say, I might be about to say it. I was gonna say Subnautica. Is that the one?
Yeah. I think there's a multiplayer thing in it, but I will totally be the sub driver for that game. Like, you all do the shit.
You go swim around. Yeah, because that's one where you can go into like the deep, deep ocean, and there's like monsters and shit down there, and
no. I just thought about it. I'm not leaving the sub very often. Okay.
What's that?
I've never seen anybody play that multiplayer. I don't think it's a multiplayer.
Subnautica? I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is.
I want it to be so that I can play it because I won't play it by myself.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some creepy elements to it, but I don't
Mhm.
think it's like a scary
No,
game.
it's not a horror
it's
game,
Deep
but
Ocean.
there's just some creepy elements to it because of Deep Ocean.
It's a
Where-
Deep
where
Ocean,
are
I'm
you?
afraid.
Where
It
are
has
you
nothing to do
going?
with the actual game itself.
Hi.
Hi, Rosie.
It's my eyeball.
Sorry.
Asshole.
You have a very kissable
Hi,
eyeball.
Rosie.
Thank you. And you're rocking the purple hair Skinslip.
Yes. Have you not
Yeah.
seen her purple hair yet?
I think I have.
Okay. Well, there it is.
Yeah.
It's purple. Purple.
Purple.
It goes with
Purple.
the yellow.
It does. Actually goes very well with
I had
yellow.
I had a headband, but it was hurting my head. So.
Yeah, she had a headband, but it was hurting her head. Are you going to bed, or? Okay. Kind of early for you, isn't it?
I'm only going to bed because one, I had a shitty sleep last night and I need to inflate my bed.
Okay.
Or I'm just gonna like see if there's holes in it and then put my foam mattress back on.
Okay. Yeah, because you still have that as a backup if you need it. So.
Yeah, the air mattress has deflated like a lot.
How's it?
And, like
Yeah,
just
Great.
after a couple of days, I have to keep refilling it with air.
That's natural. That's
And it gets
literally
really
how
bad
those
as
work.
well.
Okay, Skinslip says that's actually kind of normal for those. So
You should be refilling it every night, actually,
So-
before you go to bed. Just brrr
you
for a
might
few
need,
minutes.
might need to refill it every night, like just to kind
Yeah,
of
just brrr.
the
Run
level
real for
that you
a minute.
like. Well,
Like,
try
I
that.
just lay down and then it just went.
Oh, it shouldn't
Oh,
do
well,
that.
that's-
Yeah, no, it shouldn't
That's
do
not
that.
normal.
Yeah. It
So,
was like it was blowing all the air out the second I
Oh,
lay down
God.
on it.
There's a leak somewhere in there.
we've only
You
had
can
that
get-
thing for like what, a couple months? Like,
Yeah.
Like 2.5 months.
They're never a permanent solution. You get a
Yeah.
bicycle repair kit and then
yeah, I
put some
know.
water
Anyway,
in
we'll-
it,
we'll
and push
figure
on it,
something
watch
out.
the water where the water comes out.
Well, whatever solution will need money. So, you got your foam mattress for now if you need it. All right.
Fuck.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's life. It's life. So, movies.
Yes.
I only watched.
I watched the movie.
I only watched one movie this week, and some cartoons.
How many did you watch, Dad, by yourself?
Just,
None.
None?
Just here, yeah.
Okay, so
Oh.
this is going to be a short segment this week too. We might actually come in just a hair over 2 hours.
We have things to say.
Okay, so we have some things to say about literally the second movie I'm going to talk about. The first movie is Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, which I watched with the
Ah.
Godzilla girls, my friends Angie and Chloe. Every other week we watch a Godzilla movie. We watch a movie every week, but we watch a Godzilla
Now-
movie every other week because I don't want to burn them out on it.
Now this
so.
is the Heisei series, right? You said you're doing the.
Currently, yes, we were doing the
Okay.
Heisei series.
Yes,
This is 1991 with the convoluted plot line, the Godzilla stories, and the fucking, oh, wait, it's a random sub accident, and there's the Godzilla again, because Godzilla, guess what? Godzilla's inevitable. That's the whole
That's
point of
right.
this movie, is to teach you that Godzilla is inevitable. No matter what happens, the
Mhm.
folly of man will create a new Godzilla, even if you change history. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
all I'd say about that. Next,
Okay.
me and Stout watched this movie called The Caller.
The
Dad,
collar.
why don't you talk
Okay.
about this a bit?
So, let me see if I can find it over here. Where did I put it?
Oh, Lord. I know you need to do that. with-
Oh, it's right here. Okay. So that's this one with
Ah.
Anthony Malcolm.
Anthony
Malcolm
Anthony McDowell. Love him.
Anthony McDowell.
There's actually two people in the entire movie, by the way. Two people.
Yeah, just two. Just two.
Really?
It's
Interesting.
these two people.
Okay.
It's just two actors in this movie.
Who's the other?
Madeline Smith.
Okay. No idea who that is.
He's done a few things, but not a lot. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So we watched this movie and we were taken, like, I don't want to say taken aback, but we're just like, what is going on here? It
so
starts out
weird.
and it's like, it's the classic scenario, so to speak, of like stranger comes up to like a old cabin in the woods where this woman is living and talks about how his car broke down and he needs to call for help.
Yeah.
And but is the stranger a killer? What's going on here?
Well,
that kind of thing.
What's
The
interesting
kind of
is
thing you'd expect from like a
sorry.
well, hold on. It's the kind of thing you'd expect from
Oh. That's the thing.
those, the radio shows, the creepy radio shows. I said early on, or not early on, but after the movie, I said it felt like a Twilight Zone episode, but really extended.
Okay.
And it really does have that feel because it's like playing on the fears of that classic story of the urban legend, so to speak, of the person who shows up randomly at your door and says they need help with their car that broke down, but is that really what's going on?
And more than that, the minute these people start talking, there's this weird energy and jostling, of control of the situation. Where she's like, "Oh, what if you do this? Oh, what?" And they're like going through weird scenarios, and it's a kind of weird energy to it. And I'm just talking to I'm sitting there Stoudman going, "What the fuck is going on with this movie? Why is everyone so weird?" And the ending explains it all. And you go, you need to see this, Sean. This is your fucking movie. You love this shit.
Nice.
Oh my goodness!
I do like things that are like that, kind of break the mold of standard.
Knowing that, literally 8 minutes till the end of the movie, you find out what's happening.
I love that. Oh shit! Couldn't hold back. She just had to explain all that.
Yeah.
I understand entirely, by the way. But the thing is, like, as it's beginning, as the two meet, it starts out like what I was describing, right? But eventually, like within moments, you realize something's fishy here. Something's weird. This is not how people act and behave in this scenario.
Yeah.
In any other urban legend story like this, in any other episode of Twilight Zone or whatever. That's not how people act in this scenario. And they're just what she's talking about is these two people start talking to each other in such ways it's almost like they're having a mental tug of war over like who has control over who in this scenario. Like, is he the one in control because he's the man and he has power over the woman, or is she the one in control because she knows what's really going on with him and who he really is, or something?
And like, interestingly, the director keeps visually explaining that by having them like argue over a chessboard and stuff, which is a little on the nose, but like it's or they're talking and the argument's getting heated and there's a roaring fire between them in the background. And
A
little on the nose,
a little heavy-handed, as the saying goes.
A little heavy-handed, yes. But as you're saying, you had more to say. Sorry, Stab, I just had to get that out of my brain.
There are several things you see that it's just like, there are several things you see that are just like, okay, why is that stove always on? Like, she's always boiling a pot of water for some reason. Why? And there's like these things like, there's an arrow, a bow. I want to say a bow and arrow. It's like, what do you call it?
Crossbow.
Crossbow. It's a crossbow.
Oh, okay.
It's small.
That's sitting over like, not the mantelpiece, but it's sitting over. It's in the living room, right? And it's essentially the gun over the mantelpiece. But there are other things in this movie that are a lot like that. They're also guns over the mantelpiece.
My favorite part is Sal goes, "Why is there a knife in every room? There's a knife laying on the counter in every fucking room."
Interesting.
And there's something that can be used as like some kind of weapon in every fucking room. And just as this movie is going on, you're just getting more and more confused. What the fuck is going on here? And by the time it gets to the end and it's revealed what's going on, you're just like, oh my god! And
like, no joke, it's a 4 out of 7. It's a 4 out of 7 for like, okay, so it's really good. For the first 40 minutes, there's one scene of them jostling back and forth, and it's like, it's like a total.
Oh, you did.
Really good, and then pace changes weird, and it drops in quality in my opinion, and then it gets back to good quality. It's like it's got a little uneven quality, I would say. Weird. In the middle 30s, a bit rough, but once they get back to the cabin, like that's the thing. It's like there's a part where they're not in the cabin, and it's like kind of like back when you're in the cabin. So.
Probably don't want to say too much more, because it sounds like this is all about taking you on a ride and
Yes.
There's a
revealing
lot.
the truth.
I'm
But
barely.
What I will
that's,
say is
that sounds definitely like my kind of thing for sure. I love
what
stuff
we
like that.
determined was that like there's a subtextual element of this movie that's very much about like uh, survivors of like domestic abuse, almost I would
Okay,
say.
yeah.
People
Emotional and
who
yeah.
have emotional abuse,
Hmm.
people who have to live with people, with other people who are emotionally abusive to them,
Yeah.
and they have to act like everything's fine, even though it's
Mhm.
not fine, right?
Like when you have to tiptoe the way you speak with someone. It's like how she's
Mm.
choosing her words in a certain way that won't cause him to like hit her, as an example. Right? That's what it feels like.
Walking on eggshells, as the
There you go.
saying goes.
That's
Yeah.
precisely what it is. It
Yeah.
feels like
So
that
it's
in a
a
way.
really
Yeah.
good movie. It was for the longest time like a 3 out of 5, and then that ending just kicks it up to like a 4 out of 5.
Wow.
So
That ending is like, whoa, wow. Recontextualizes the whole movie. I want to see it again now. Like,
Watch it again, okay?
That's fine. Whatever you want.
all right, next we continued our Dungeon Synth project, and we watched probably one of the best shot on video fantasy films. It's a movie called Way Bad Stone. The director has released it on YouTube. It's the only way to see it.
Oh.
I have a direct VHS rip of it now, which is only slightly better.
Yeah.
Because whoever ripped it, I guess the director, didn't exactly rip it at the highest bit rate. So
Okay. Good.
while the one on YouTube is like 400 megabytes, the one I have is like 700. It's only slightly better.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, Way Bad Stone is this mage named Deidre. Anyway, this girl can fucking act circles around everybody in this movie. She's the star of the movie. So good. Like this, these students took $3,000 in a camcorder. They were students at Florida State University, I believe,
Hmm.
and they took 2 theater troops and a Ren Fair troupe, and they went and made a movie in the woods, a fantasy film. And it's basically about 2 D&D groups vying for power over a magical item.
Okay.
That's a very basic plot, but it's more to that. It's free to watch on YouTube. Uh,
yeah,
I gave this an 8 out of 10. This is probably one of the best shot on video films I've seen in a long time.
Wow.
I wish this had an official release. I wish.
I'd say it's like a 7 out of 10 for me. But what I found really interesting about it was that, she said, it was like they spent $3,000 on this movie,
Hmm.
and I'm just sitting here watching. I mean, there are a lot of brutally violent fucking scenes.
Yeah.
Now, granted, $3,000, you're not going to be able to do like a whole lot with that.
Like, dude gets impaled and his guts come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but regardless of the fact that you're not going to be able to do a whole lot, they somehow managed to do what are strikingly effective special effects shots
Hmm.
that look better than some things I've seen in movies of the time that had much higher budgets. And I'm just like, holy shit, that was brutal. Holy fuck. Like so many things. Like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on?
The last 25 minutes of this is a continuous mage battle. So there's like lightning bolt. There's like all sorts of visual effects happening, gore, all sorts of shit happening. There's like craziness. It is a ball. This is a really good.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It was her? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
It was a really good, apparently. What was it called again, Stout?
Way Bad Stone.
Way Bad Stone.
Stone.
Way Bad Stone. All right, I might have to look that up.
That's actually a pretty good movie. Surprisingly, there are a lot of actors in it that are cheesy and not good at all, and you can tell they've never actually acted in their life.
Oh, okay.
But there are a few who they're actually trying, and they're actually pretty damn good for a movie with that kind of a budget. And the story, I would say, it's another one I think that starts out really slow, and then eventually builds up to an ending that subverts your expectations.
Yeah.
And in such a way that it's awesome. I love the kind of an ending this is. I love that kind of an ending. I don't want to give too much away, but it's
Yes.
it's exactly the kind
At
of
the end, oh god damn it.
subversion of expectations that I enjoy. So, and of course, all the brutally violent scenes, cheesy special effects as they may be, it's just like I think to myself, with all
What a
the
wonderful
blood
world.
in that movie, I'm like, how did they even afford all this fucking blood on a budget of just $3,000?
Well, I
How
mean,
the fuck?
sometimes it's just about a matter of being creative, you know, like just kind of figuring out inexpensive solutions to what you want to do. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, it's pretty
Plus,
shocking.
shooting it on video and having half your cast newbies who can't act, who are probably just doing it for free. So, you know.
I'm sure that's where the Ren Fair actors came in, because a lot of a lot of people were not actors.
Yes. Forsooth, whence do you come?
Pretty good movie.
Oh no, what will we do now?
I wonder what happened to Skinslip.
I don't know.
But I can at least keep going and talk about the next movie we watched.
You can do that, or sure. What did you?
Or wait.
Or wait. Or I can talk about the movie I watched while we're waiting. All one of them.
Go.
So, I've been watching a lot of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The complete series, because I actually got the Blu-ray set from Morgan Entertainment. You'll see that in a package opening video coming up. So I actually just finished watching disc 1 today, and I mean, what can I say about Scooby-Doo that hasn't been said 1,000 times before? We all know Scooby-Doo. And Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Easily the most recognized iteration of Scooby-Doo. Just a lot of fun. Actually, felt like a kid again. I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid, and that kind of drifted away from it as I got older. And then, nostalgia settles in. You want to see those old faves again. And so I basically watched the entire first disc just kind of while I was working on stuff. And Blu-ray looks great. It's never seen it look so good. So the one movie that I watched this week was one that's been sitting on my shelf for a while. I'd heard about it a while back. I was kind of intrigued. It sounded kind of interesting, different. Loved the cast. So starring Samuel L. Jackson, Christina Ricci, and Justin Timberlake, we have Black Snake Moan. Have you seen this one, Stout?
Yes, I have. That's a fucking fantastic movie.
Yes. Yeah. This really blew me away. I did not know what to expect. All I knew was, I remember the marketing campaign was, this man has this woman chained up in his home, and you won't believe why. And it was just like, they kind of played up that aspect of it, so I was always kind of curious about it. Love Samuel L. Jackson, and Christina Ricci is one of those actresses who always picks really interesting roles. She's very, selective about what she does these days. So I thought, if she's in it, there's probably something to this. So, and Justin Timberlake, who would have thought, former boy band singer. Good morning, Duncan. Get out of my face, you Christmas cookies. Anyway, fuck, I hate it when that happens when I'm in the middle of talking, because then it just derails my train of thought. So I don't want to talk through it, because then you won't hear me anyway, so there's no point. I completely forgot what I said. Oh yeah, Justin Timberlake. Who would have thought former boy band guy would actually be such an excellent actor? Also, very good comedic actor. He's a very funny guy. Not just a pretty face, But so Justin Timberlake plays the fiance of Ray, who is a girl played by Christina Ricci, and he's a soldier. He's going off to be in the army, but he suffers from extreme anxiety, and she to the point where he's hyperventilating and just unable to function, and just certain things trigger him and set him off. And Ray is very good to him, and she, helps him get through it, and it's a really nice what they have together. They kind of help each other out. But Ray has a problem, namely that she is a complete sex addict to the point where as soon as he gets shipped off, she's like fucking every other guy in town. She's not doing it to be unfaithful. She's doing it because she can't control herself. It's a compulsion, it's an addiction, and she's troubled. So, meanwhile, Samuel L. Jackson is this, fairly well-liked old man, lives in town. His wife just recently left him for his brother. And they'd been apparently carrying on for quite some time behind his back. So he's troubled. He's got some issues. Now, I don't want to say too much because where this goes is actually really interesting and surprisingly touching and beautiful. And I really, really enjoyed this a lot. But needless to say, their paths cross. Ray and the old man whose name I can't remember. Doesn't say the character names. But anyway, how they essentially find each other and end up helping each other to get over their respective issues and whatnot. And so she can hopefully be a better woman for Justin Timberlake's character and whatnot. But it's one of those sort of things where it's like they both come from troubled pasts and have troubled lives, form an unlikely friendship, and get onto a better path on their lives as a result of it. But it's just it's strange, it's incredibly well acted, and it's at times very funny. Also at times very touching. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. So yeah, if you haven't seen Black Snake Moan, check it out. It's good. Oh, it's got a lot of jazz and blues music in it. Actually, more blues than not jazz. Blues. A lot of blues music. The title, Black Snake Moan, is the title of a blues song. Samuel L. Jackson's character is a blues musician in his spare time as well. So, yeah, it's very good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Fantastic movie.
Incoming Steam gift from Major Motoko. Do I have Steam on? Yes, I do. Okay, lay it on me, brother. I'm ready. Duncan says, looks like I overslept a bit. I was in the middle of a dream where I was fighting a vampire clan. Oh, okay. Andrew Live asks, anyone else experienced poor internet connection over the last year at their ISP? Nope. Not really. Not any more than normal, but
there's a reason for that.
But also, I'm hardwired right across the board, so I don't have issues with that. When I use Wi-Fi, it's a little spotty, so I have to fiddle with the settings a bit on that. But that's just because it's Wi-Fi, But yeah. So this is also from the director of Hustle and Flow, apparently.
I still need to see that too.
I haven't seen
when
that.
I saw Black Snake Moon, I was like, well, I need to see Hustle and Flow now.
Yeah.
It's like clearly he knows how to make a good movie.
I didn't realize how long I had waited to see this. This is from 2007.
It's been out for
13 years ago. And this is the movie where that gif comes from, Samuel L. Jackson.
Staring him
down. Yeah. That's right. That's very, very good.
Love that.
Should be showing up on Steam right now. Okay.
Skinslip says...
I received a gift. Hold on a second. I received tech support. Error unknown. Yeah, I think I just recently added this to my wish list. It says, have you tried turning it off and on again in a galaxy far, far away that is not Star Wars? Okay, so we got tech support. Error unknown, which is kind of a, dark conspiracy cyberness thing. Which sounded really good, so thank you very much for that. And Mass Effect Andromeda Deluxe Edition. Oh, nice. I've not played that. I've only played the second Mass Effect. And I want to play the trilogy on PC at some point. I think I still need to get the PC version.
They're doing a remaster.
Oh, they're doing a remaster. Well, never mind. We'll just wait for that to come out.
Of the first three,
and I'll get that, yeah. That's excellent. Thank you very much, Major Motoko. Sorry, you said you had some news from Skinslip.
Yes, her internet died.
Oh.
She's just waiting for it to come back.
Okay.
Maybe it will come back soon. Maybe it won't. We'll see.
If it doesn't, then I mean we can just call it here, and then you can just talk about the rest of the movies next week as part of the batch of movie talking things. I mean that's fine. That works. Doesn't matter. Then I can go and get some food.
I'm hungry too.
Because I'm starving. I think I'm gonna have some beans on toast.
Yeah. I could talk about the movies that I watched with her, but then she wouldn't be able to talk.
But she'd want to talk about them too. Like that's the thing. And you said you didn't watch anything by yourself?
Nope. I just played Advanced Wars and beat that.
Gotcha.
Beat that game.
And I worked on YouTube videos and some more YouTube videos.
I wrote about mattresses.
I did some streams where I intended to work on YouTube videos, but then I just kind of hung out with everybody and we had a nice time not doing YouTube videos.
I actually did work on YouTube this week. Not my YouTube, mind you, but one of my employers. They have videos of their own, and they needed the subtitles edited. Right?
Oh, okay. Oh, right. I
Let
think you
me
mentioned
tell you,
something about that. Yeah.
That's a pain in the ass. As with most things on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
that system is horribly fucking broken.
Mm.
First of all, it doesn't capitalize anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't add any punctuation to anything. And on top of that,
mm-hmm.
Depending on what keys you press, if you accidentally press one key, which is really easy to accidentally press,
Mm-hmm.
it will automatically create a new section in the subtitles,
Uh-huh.
and that will fuck up literally every other subtitle beneath it.
Oh,
So,
God.
it sometimes takes hours to fix when you accidentally press the wrong button.
Oh, my God.
YouTube, what the fuck? Okay? What the fuck?
So much of their stuff is so janky. Why do you think I pay a monthly subscription fee to TubeBuddy, which adds a whole bunch of useful tools that honestly YouTube should already have built in, but they don't. But yeah, so I use that. It lets me do like bulk editing and bulk changes, which when you have over 5,000 videos is really useful to have something that can do bulk changes. Lets me do thumbnail. It has a built-in thumbnail maker, just a simple one. I use it for the Fortnite thumbnails. And yeah, just all kinds of cool little features. Probably even more that I haven't even explored yet. But you know, you can do like bulk changes to every single video on a playlist if you want.
I think it's
you know,
cool
stuff
that
like
they have a subtitle option at all, right?
Yes,
Like that
of
you
course.
can go in and actually edit the subtitles. I think that's a nifty option.
Mm-hmm.
However, the software that they have set up on the site for editing it is fucking garbage.
Yeah. It should allow you to, what they should do is allow you to download it as a text file, you edit the text file, and re-upload it, replacing the existing file.
Yeah.
That would
Because
make more sense.
as it exists, it literally takes like fucking 3 to 4 hours to edit something that's less than an hour long.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Come on.
So you're basically, so if I understand this correctly, you're taking the auto-generated subtitles and then correcting the capitalization, adding punctuation, and all that. So it's just more, you know, presentable, more like professional and nice. Fixing errors.
Also for reasons like, for instance, one of the ones I edited was about it was Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And they have a bunch of the people who do the parades are called crews.
Okay.
But the spelling of crew in this case is KREWE.
Oh, okay.
Every single time YouTube had it down as CREW. CREW.
Oh, yeah.
I had to replace crew with crew at least 200 fucking times.
Did you got people just saying crew a lot in a sentence?
Yes.
So I was here with the crew, and the crew did crew, and then crew, and then we took the crew to the crew, and the crew.
Ah, shut up, fucking crew.
It's gonna take me 4 hours just to do that one sentence.
Wouldn't take me that long, but I'll tell you what, if my boss complains that it's taking you too long to do these, I'm like, talk to YouTube about it, bud.
Yeah, I can
Not my
only
problem.
use the tools that exist.
Yep. Oh my goodness, it's so garbage what they have.
Garbage.
Garbo.
Greta garbage.
But hey, I couldn't complain too much. Like, wow, I'm getting paid to do it.
Well, exactly. Money's money.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks to that, I expect to have earned about $800 last week, so that's nice.
Sweet.
Hey, buddy.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I should do
I'm
that.
not looking forward to March and April though, because if the one employer gets the stimulus payments from the last stimulus,
Yeah.
they're going to bring me on for more hours than they have been giving me.
Okay.
And I'm already getting more hours from the other company.
Whoa!
It's like just going to be endless hours. Oh, holy shit.
Hey, August. I don't mind that kind of derailment. Thank you very much, dude. We just got yet another half hour for tomorrow's continuation of Mega Marathon Madness, which means we now have a solid 5 hours to kick things off tomorrow. And chances are we'll get another hour or two during as well. If
Excellent.
sometimes we get more. That's
Thank
awesome.
you, guys. Thank you so much.
So now...
I know Sean was really worried about all that shit, and now he doesn't have to worry as much because, hey,
still got to worry a little bit, but not as much. No, that's you know,
that's why
we're not quite out of the woods yet, but we're definitely in better shape than we were. So, yeah,
less and more. All right, we can do this.
Mm-hmm. Power blinked out and came back, and the internet never came back. I see.
Come on, internet.
Great timing.
I was about to say, did you know what I was about to say. I was about to fucking tech support, and I'm like, no. She knows what she's doing.
Well, don't tech support me. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't mind, but I just don't tech support me.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know Skinslip. I wouldn't do that. But I always end up, like, eventually saying that shit anyways. Yeah. And I'm trying to stop saying that kind of shit. Have you tried? Shut the fuck up. Everybody tries. Everybody knows how to do that.
Oh,
Shut
I
the
know.
fuck up.
I get that all the freaking time. Someone let the cats out of the tubes because the internet is made of tubes and cats inside the tubes. Yes.
Correct.
Excellent.
No, nice.
Cats like to be in tubes and boxes and stuff.
True.
It's because they are part liquid, so they just kind of flow through them.
Also true. Also, the internet is for cats.
It's actually run by cats. That's why there's so many cat-oriented things on the internet.
Fuck yeah. Internet loves its cats.
So, I have a stack of movies I thought I might watch soon. I haven't watched any of them yet. Would you like to see the ones that I might be watching soon, possibly?
Sure. Maybe I can talk you into watching with us.
No. I actually prefer watching movies by myself, to be honest. Unless it's a special event where we're doing a group viewing of some kind for the fuck of it.
Excellent. Let's make more special events right now.
So, let's see. I got some of after watching talk radio, I thought, kind of would like to see some Oliver Stone stuff again. So I was thinking, or stuff I haven't seen. I was thinking of watching Natural Born Killers again. Haven't seen it for quite a while.
Fuck yeah. I need to
great.
see that again.
There's also Wall Street, which I've never seen. And I also have the director's cut of JFK, which I've never seen. So
I've never seen JFK
those
either.
are in the possible. Yeah, he did a trilogy of president movies. He did that. He did Nixon, and then he did W. So, yeah, and then of course,
I want to watch Wall Street with you.
yeah, he might. And he sent it to me, so I wanted to. I wasn't gonna watch it unless, like if it's one that he wants to watch with me, then I'll just wait. But yeah. And then, of course, we got the New Mutants. Probably going to watch this one fairly soon. So me and everybody else in the world have been waiting a long time for it to come out. So that's good. And then a few that I think one I bought and the others were sent to me by viewers because they're apparently quite good. I got No Country for Old Men, which is supposed to be quite good. So I thought I'd check that one out. So I didn't realize it's a Coen Brothers film. So, you're in for a good time with the Coen Brothers. They do good stuff. And then that other X-Men movie that I know you've been recommending to me for a long time, Nightcrawler.
Oh, you will love that.
I just read
so much shit that's happened in the last 5 or so years.
Yes, I read the description on the back. It's like, I don't even know what this movie's about. So I just kind of looked and skimmed it. I was like, oh, that actually sounds really interesting. So, and Jake Gyllenhaal is always good. He's awesome. So,
I'll
check that one out.
Stand-up performance in that one too.
Nice. So I'll probably watch that one fairly soon because I remember you raving about it. And another one I think you and Skinslip are raving about. That I think this is the one I bought for like just a few bucks. Drive, Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Oh, I also love the soundtrack for that one.
Yeah. So I've heard that those are good ones. So I thought I'd check those ones out and.
Good choices.
Watch some movies. Yeah, I was just kind of in the mood of, it's like, I've been watching so much genre stuff lately. Give me just some action or drama or something. So I went on to my...
relatively dark films, like Dark Messages.
Good.
So perfect for when you're nice and depressed.
Perfect. I love stuff like that. The X-Men...
Not all of them are, but most of them.
Yeah.
Most of the ones you picked out are pretty... dark. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's probably why I gravitated towards them. I was like,
Yeah.
Darkness. Yes, I'll watch these ones. But
the only movie I really want to watch that I can think of that I need to get around to is the new Studio Ghibli movie that got released simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max, which was Earwig the Angry Witch, I think it is.
Okay.
It's like their first CG.
Oh, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I don't remember. Oh, Morgan sent it to me. Sorry. It's just because it had the price tag on it, and it looked like a Shoppers Drug Mart price tag. Maybe you got a Shoppers Drug Mart. So I just assumed that I had bought it. I couldn't remember. Never mind. I'm tired.
Drive, if you like that,
You did say, I think, yeah, you did say.
also see Only God Forgives because it's
All right.
yet another really I swear it's almost like he's playing the exact same character.
Really?
Right? It's like it's so perfect.
So that's a few that have been sitting on my shelf for a bit. Heard they were really good. Thought I'd check them out. So I made I know you and Skinslip both have like your watch piles, like your to be watched soon piles. So I thought I'd do that too. Just a little one though. If it's too big of a pile, I'll never watch anything in it. I'll just get overwhelmed.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So I just
that happens to me, and I have a bag next to me.
So I got 8 movies there. One of which I've seen before. One of which I probably won't watch because Cass wants to watch it with me. So really, I have 6 movies there. And nice little mix. So
I think you chose, for the most part, mostly at least 8 out of 10 movies there. So
good. You know. Well, I remember at least a couple of them you raving about, and so I'll probably check those out. It's a nice one thing I've been doing this week is more or less every night I've been sitting down on Twitch and going through one of the marathon videos and pulling out highlights and clips and stuff. those Fortnite videos that everybody on my YouTube channel loves. Yeah. Actually, they are getting more views. I noticed my ad rev's been a little healthier this month since I started posting those regularly. So as much as some of you hate them, they do bring in, they bring in the bucks a little bit. So, yeah, it's not always about getting 1 million views. Sometimes all you need is 50 or so.
Well, I think what happens is after you get a certain amount of videos of a certain type, like if it's a show you're doing, in this case, it is kind of like a show.
Yeah.
Or at least you kind of treat it like it, right?
Yeah.
Something that you can put on a playlist, essentially, right?
Yes.
People will gravitate towards those kinds of things on a YouTube channel because, especially if it has a lot of content, if there's several episodes, several videos in that series, because people like to binge things.
That's true.
So when they find something they enjoy, they don't want to watch just one video. They want to watch several videos.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, well, like with the Fortnite, I mean, you can definitely do that. You could literally binge for days. There's so many videos on that playlist now. But there's almost 700 videos on my Fortnite playlist. It's crazy. But anyway, I fell a little bit behind in doing the highlights and clips. And so I've been doing more or less one per night. And that's been going pretty well. So kind of what I've been doing is when it gets down to doing sort of the grunt work part of it, which is like doing the descriptions and the thumbnails and the scheduling and categories and organizing under the place, stuff where I don't have to be watching anything in particular, I'll put a movie on. And I'll just kind of watch a movie while I'm doing all that grunt work. And it helps the time to go a little faster, you know. And
I usually will put like music on in the background or Twitch. Those
well, actually, one thing I was doing a lot, I started doing that was when I was watching a lot of Inspector Gadget, because I would put Inspector Gadget on, and because you don't have to pay rapt attention to Inspector Gadget. I mean, you can. You know the gist of what's going on.
Detailed show. What are you talking?
Well, occasionally I might run it back. It's like, okay, I have no idea what's going on in this episode. Where are they? What are they trying to stop? What's Dr. Claw up to this time? But so I'd run it back for that case. But for the most part, you know, I'd put it on and just kind of have it on the background, glance over. You know, helps to
preparing for explosions.
Keep things from getting boring.
Hey,
there you go. Morgan says Inspector Gadget and Scooby-Doo. Saturday morning done right. Fucking A. Oh, Duncan with a little British humor says, so it won't take a fortnight to watch them all? Sipping his tea Britishly.
British.
But,
what does it mean to do something British?
Well, just, you know, nose a little more angled upward, I think. And
it's funny, I was watching somebody play GeoGuessr last week, and without fail, every time that there were several times that they would end up being plopped down. And the idea of the game is you get plopped down on a Google map somewhere in the world, and you have to figure out where you are.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard about that. Yeah, okay.
Several times I got plopped down, and there are just these long, empty spaces, green fields and pastures, and hedges along this dirt road or whatever.
Holly hedges.
Tons of hedges, right? And I'm just like, and without fail, every single fucking time it was like somewhere in the UK. Every single fucking time. What is it with the UK and fucking hedges?
They love their hedges over there.
All this farm thing. Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. They look nice. They're pretty. They give you a little bit of privacy, you know, like, you know.
I guess they do love their.
I mean, look at Holly Hedges in Fortnite. I mean, look how the neighborhood is laid out there. It's like the neighbors have their own little yard with the hedges around it, and they can't see the other neighbors. So you can just sit there munching on your freshly grown cabbages without having neighbors staring at you. Yeah. But Yes, UK is nothing but hedges. Farmland, and the hedges are the boundaries of the farmland. There you go.
Another thing I learned from watching that is that North England can be pretty fucking creepy. Like there's apparently a lot of fucking fog in North England.
Nice.
And you get these foggy days where you can't, thick as pea soup, can't see a fucking thing in front of you. And it just looks like Silent Hill all the time. And I'm just like, this is like a real place in the world?
Yes, it is. Why do you think so many like murder mysteries are set in that sort of environment? The foggy London streets.
Movies are like shot on location because you think that fog is real at all, but maybe it is.
You don't have to. Real fog. You don't have to make fog; it's already there. So,
Scotland, they have their own monster in the lake. That's true. Well, that's true. Yes.
I don't know. I think we may have lost Skinslip for the day.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Sadly.
We had a pretty full show. And
I do want to say one thing about one of the movies we watched.
Okay. It's not like we don't talk about movies all the time anyway. Yeah. We can just carry a few over to next week. That's not a problem.
Yeah, but I'm just going to mention this one thing so people know.
Yes.
We watched True Lies because we found it on Amazon in HD.
Oh, hey.
It's just an up conversion of the DVD. Okay. But it's nice to have it in high definition, and we both agreed, like, where's the fucking Blu-ray for this fucking movie? Yeah. It's one of the best action films of the 90s.
It's very good, yeah.
Brilliant. You loved it.
I find the ending drags on a bit, but otherwise the rest of it is very good. It's a lot of fun. Love Arnie, love Jamie Lee Curtis. Very young Eliza Dushku in that. I think that was the first thing I ever saw her, and that was like one of her big.
It's probably the best
roles.
Movie Tom Arnold ever did.
And Tom Arnold, yeah. Oh my God, he's great in that.
He's just so insufferable in literally everything else he's ever done.
Yeah.
But the character in this movie calls for somebody insufferable.
Exactly.
That's what makes it so fucking perfect.
He's genuinely funny, and it's a character that
Bill Paxton is great in this
perfectly suits him. That character. I remember he was getting quite good reviews in that. Just that, like, Tom Arnold was like sort of one of the big surprises of that movie.
Yeah.
And
he's fucking good in that.
It's called Ice, and it's a little slick. Yeah. Or when he's standing behind the pole and there's the machine gun shooting at him, and manages not to hit him. It's like hitting him. Checks his crotch. He's like, okay.
God. And I just love all the scenes when he's like talking to Arnold over the mic, right? And Arnold's not doing what he wants him to do. He's like, okay, buddy, gotta wrap it up. Come on. I don't have time for this.
Yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis in the Black Lace. Oh, yes. She's wonderful. Wonderful in that. But,
everyone in that movie's fantastic.
Did you ever kill anybody? Yeah, but they were all bad.
Yeah, but they were all bad.
That was great. Alrighty, folks. I guess we will wrap it up here. So, sorry that Skinslip got unceremoniously booted from the internet, apparently. But I'm sure she'll be back with plenty to say next week. So,
oh, yes. Expect an elongated end of the show next week.
We'll have a bigger movie section next week. Hopefully, I won't be so tired. And, well, that remains to be seen. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Have yourselves a great day or night. Those of you who come to the marathons will be continuing tomorrow afternoon, probably, I'm thinking between 12 and 2-ish. And then, yeah, we got, 5 hours? Is that what we... Yeah, 5 hours. We have 5 hours of gaming goodness.
Start at 10 to maybe get more hours.
Well, then we'll carry over till Monday if we need to. So,
that's true.
I got shit I want to do tonight. I'm not done. Even though I'm not streaming, I'm not done. I still got work to do.
I'm probably gonna do some
It
work
never
myself.
ends. People don't realize, like, when you're a content creator, the work never ends. Like, it's just ongoing. So, enjoy.
Like sometimes you can take a little bit of time off to do whatever the fuck, but like for the most part, you never know when the work's gonna come. But when it does, it's usually just like nonstop.
Yeah, it's pretty steady. Alrighty, so have yourselves a great day or night, everybody. Thanks for coming out, and we'll see you next time in whatever form that may take. So until then, sayonara. Oh, should have got the title screen ready. Okay, bye. Yeah, I gotta mute this thing here and then get the music ready. And okay, bye everybody.